Blue Apron delivers farm fresh ingredients and step-by-step recipes to your door. Blue Apron, mission to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. I love Blue Apron, guys. I eat it. It's easy to make. It's fresh, farm fresh. Mm-hmm. And it really is making my life healthier, and it's convenient, and it's economical. Mm-hmm. Tell them about it, Gills.
Well, before it goes to me, Khalyla, what did you cook this week?
I cooked Bobby last week a tahini chicken with mashed potatoes.
That was
and
really
snow
good.
pea salad.
I had to Google tahini, but it's good.
Bobby is on a recent health kick, so it's really important that he gets the correct portions. So Blue Aprons needs to help with that because they're very good about how to portion out your meals.
Yeah. You don't feel over like you're overate, right? It's a perfect portion. Always enough.
So check out this week's menu and get your first 3 meals free at blueapron.com/belly. That's blueapron.com/belly to get your first 3 meals free. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
Blue Apron achieves this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Won't you be? 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 Please, won't you be my neighbor? Welcome to another episode of TigerBelly. I'm Bob, Captain, Supreme, Leader, yours, for sure. Why is there barking? Get in here, lipless. This fucking lipless cameraman we have here. Jason's back in town.
Thank you.
You know?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Your butthole must be just a slit. You know what I mean? Because every opening, right, if you have lipless, like this guy right here, right, he has no front, upper, or bottom, right? So his butthole might not have the actual rectal muscle. It might just be a slit.
Oh, wow.
You know, and his poo is just like
Basically queef.
Yeah. Your farts are queefs.
Just sounds.
Yeah, your farts are queefs, and that's strange, but I like it. Makes you different and stands out in the crowd. Okay, so won't you be? I gotta start over because you interrupted me. No, I'm Bob, Captain, Cult, Leader, but also your friend and your neighbor. And I want to introduce to people in the rooms. We've got George wearing his Argentinian soccer jersey. You're not Argentinian, but you're white. You're white from the farms. You're white from the farms, and I know where you're from, and it's dumb. What you're doing is dumb, and I don't like it. We got Gilbert.
What's up?
Wow, cool.
What's up?
What's up, man? What's up, dog?
What's up,
you good?
What's up, neighbor?
What's up, neighbor?
Yeah,
I didn't say it. Didn't say it. We got Khalyla, Kuhn, my beautiful princess. She, too, is a part of it, and she's a part of me. Wow. She's an extension of me.
Me too.
Me too. And we got Lipless, and we have a very special guest today. And this guest, I don't know, man. I have feelings about him, good and bad. I really do. He irritates me, but then I also like him. His name is Adam Ray. Give him a round of applause, everybody. He's a comedian. How are you?
I'm great, bud.
So Adam Ray.
I love your rendition of the Mr. Rogers thing.
It's not a rendition. It's dead on.
Oh, that was it, word for word?
Yeah, it's word for word.
Verbatim.
The way it's done. Okay. And that's ridiculous that you even started off that way.
Did you have a Korean Mr. Rogers growing up, or did you have the regular one?
Yeah,
that we all had?
Atsuko.
Yeah.
We had Mr. Atsuko. Right? But he never put his shoes on because it's inside the house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He came in,
custom.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Went into the closet, got his kimono.
Yeah.
Right? And then the fish,
Yeah.
his fish tank,
Yeah.
all dead. But they were already wrapped. So the fish, they were already skinned. They're in the thing,
Right.
But the rice and the seaweed wrapped around them.
Oh,
So you could
sushi.
eat them.
Sushi.
Yeah. When the
Sushi,
guests
yeah.
come over.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then he would go to take the train, but it wasn't a train.
What was
It was
it?
a futuristic, it was like a future with no rail.
Some techno music.
It was like one of those trains with no rails. Future.
Oh, like magnetic.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he would go to Never end.
Oh, can't pronounce that.
Yeah. It would be go to never end.
I've always wanted to go there.
Yeah. So Mr. Atsuki, it was a different kind of show.
Yeah.
But it was kind of based on Mr. Rogers.
But instead of Mr. McFeely, who did he have? Who was his like male guy?
Mr. McFurry. Mr. McFurry.
We didn't have anyone in the Philippines like that too. So when I had to learn who Mr. Rogers was,
Yeah.
and I felt really stupid when I didn't even know what the Cabbage Patch dolls or kids.
Yeah.
Kids.
Oh, kids.
Basically,
They're dolls,
what
yeah.
you're saying
Yeah.
is you weren't a part of the world.
But we did. But we
So
did.
you grew up, you weren't a part of the world.
When
That's
did you-
fine.
when
We
you
did
come out
have
of
a
the
guy. I came out of the cave at about 15, but we did have somebody maybe equally as endearing as Mr. Rogers,
Oh.
and his name was Kuya Germs.
I love him. Tell me
Yeah.
about him.
Yeah.
Well, he did this
What did he preach?
variety show called That's Entertainment,
Yeah.
which is like a knockoff of like the original That's
By the way,
Entertainment.
that's how you know the show isn't good if he has to tell you like that's entertainment.
After every bit.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
but
was
it was-
funny. That was supposed to be funny.
That was what you came for.
yeah.
But that's still a big thing in the Philippines, variety shows.
Oh,
You're
really?
right.
We still do the
It's
whole
the
song and
cheapest show you can
dance.
do.
Yeah.
What's like what was the go-to bit on That's Entertainment? Like would they close the show with like one thing that was like, all right guys, it's time for the the
yeah.
pie
I
on the
think,
dick. Or,
I think they did some like
a
game
good
show at the
Filipino
very end or
accent.
something.
Well, yeah,
Very good.
I should
Yeah.
say up
Very
top,
good.
I'm very good at accents.
Yeah.
But Kuya Germs was a sweet man.
Queer germs.
Kuya
still
means
alive?
older brother, and Germs.
As in a germ?
Germs, yeah, because his real name is Herman, like Herman
Yeah.
Moreno.
Yeah.
So it's Kuya Germs.
Yeah.
Filipinos just butcher every good name out there, though.
Yeah.
But what set it apart from it? It was just a regular variety show?
Yeah, but he was beloved. He was.
That's right.
He's the only beloved person I can think
He
of.
tested
in the
well.
Philippines.
Focus
He tested
reflective.
well,
So
High numbers.
they gave high numbers.
Yeah.
So Adam and I rarely do I go watch movies with comedians. I've done it like 3 times in my life. So Adam goes, hey, let's watch Mr. Rogers. Right? Like the way he sounds, right?
Okay.
Like, who is this?
That's pretty good.
Hey, it's me, Adam Ray.
Hey, come on.
Hey, come on.
Hey,
right?
remember that guy who was a big part of our childhood? Dr. Asuki. This movie's not out yet, so let's go see the other one.
Yeah.
Bobby.
So we watch it, and everyone, like the trailer, if you've seen the trailer, it's like
Powerful.
the most powerful. I mean, it rivals the
Avengers.
the Godzilla
Oh, yeah.
trailer. Remember the one with Bryan Cranston?
Oh, yeah.
that was a great trailer.
It was.
The movie sucked. It was okay.
I thought it was okay.
The movie was okay, but
Slow.
it didn't live up to the trailer.
Right.
So this trailer was just like that. It was just like, wow.
And what does that trailer have to do for you to make you want to go see the movie, but like to feel how you're feeling about the trailer right now? Like you're
Well-
obviously hyped up on it.
Well, what the trailer did was it gives you hope,
Yeah.
right? I mean, you're like
trailer.
the trailer does.
Yeah.
So does the movie.
Yes,
but
it's rare for a trailer to do that.
yeah, but almost the trailer in itself, because it's so condensed, it just was more impactful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true because I didn't know who Mr. Rogers was, and I cried when I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
So I think that the way it was just put together and the kind of
The-
feeling that it brought out of you was very like, oh,
Yeah.
I get it.
The movie though is great.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's unbelievable.
But as watching it as a comic, right? You just have. I mean, I saw you well up. Did you see me well up at all?
Yeah. Well, I heard you. So we said,
What did I
Wait,
do?
it sounds
What did I
like
Bobby's crying is. Oh fuck.
do? yeah, I did
So
that
there's a lot of
couple
like
times.
but and the whimpering, but like also, I mean, when we sat down, you go, I need a space in between us because I don't want to. We can't cry next to each other.
Yeah, so we didn't.
And I don't
sleep-
want to
we
hear.
didn't sit next to each other.
No.
I left the
It's
space.
like I need a space for my tears.
Yeah.
And
Because the last time I did that with Aaron Cater, I went and watched a Korean movie with Aaron Cater. It was about the Korean War. It was called Taegukji. It was about 2 brothers in the Korean War. It was so emotional that I sat next to him, and he could see the snot bubbles coming out of my nose in the darkness of the theater. You could hear a pop, pop, pop. You know what I mean? It-
do you try to hold your cry in, or do you? If
No,
you feel
I let that
coming-
one go.
Yeah. Because I try to hold it as long as possible, and then I let out like a very Jewy whimper where it's just like,
yeah.
no,
Yeah,
come on, you know.
Yeah.
He was a good guy, you know. I start like verbalizing, like you know. But it was, yeah. He. I didn't realize. Well, the backstory was incredible on how he even got into like saying his senior year of preacher school, right? He just
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to be in TV." I mean, I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say that.
Yeah,
but-
he didn't say that,
Yeah, he didn't
no.
go to Mom, Dad, fuck it, I'm going to be in TV.
Yeah.
And you know,
He genuinely loved children,
Yeah.
not in the way some of us do.
I know.
Okay, he genuinely loved them and
And
cared
saw
about
TV as a tool. Like he,
cared about their development.
yes.
and he wanted to encourage them to get out of their shells, and he would say things like, "I like you just the way you are."
Yeah.
Right, that's one of his terms. I know it's sweet. Or
That's entertainment.
Kuya
That was
Germs
another
did
one of
not
his-
say that.
yeah, and he had a little puppet, the little fucking cat thing.
Yeah.
that he had,
Meow Meow or something.
which was his like kind of his
Alter ego.
alter ego. But people were saying that's really him,
Right.
the guy in the puppet.
Yeah. And
So
then remember
he
when he
said-
would get angry, King Friday the 13th.
was his other alter ego.
Yeah.
But the puppet was him as a kid, and the puppet would go, "Was I mistake?"
Oh,
You know what I mean?
my
And then
that
some
one.
other lady would be
Jeez.
like, "No, you're not a mistake." You know. But can I just say this? Some people are mistakes.
Oh my God.
I mean,
I'm not going to argue with that.
I'm
I've
gonna-
met some very questionable people that I'm like, how are
Right.
you outside by yourself right now?
Yeah, so when you're watching, you're like, I get what he's doing.
Yeah.
You know, right? Trying to encourage everyone, saying that everyone's meant to be here.
Yeah.
And everyone has their purpose. And
Yeah.
I want you to have. But that's not really the reality. I think the reality is there's some people that should have been aborted.
Well, if you stick around for the end of the movie, he does come back out and
now
say
am
that.
I gonna,
Yeah, he does say that.
He does come out, the credits roll, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he goes, "Now I just want to say that I do care about all kids, but some of you can go fuck yourself."
yeah. No, was that too much?
I don't know.
I don't
what
think that was. I don't
believe.
think that was too much. I think that
I
was.
think your point is, look, your wording might be a little
yeah,
strong.
it's a little strong
for like,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you have a
everyone
young viewership.
everyone should be alive,
I think so,
but
Who's
not
alive?
everyone is like special.
I think not. I think everyone's got something great inside of them. I'm definitely not trying to spin this without.
I would love to see
piggybacking
your
on-
guys' kid show. So he
Yeah,
would
yeah.
say something,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you would fix it.
Is
Bobby would go,
everyone's, let me ask you this.
Bobby
is
would go,
every-
look, some of you are supposed to be aborted, and I go, well, look,
yeah.
some, yeah, and look, some, but also, yeah, look, Jacob, there's been some things you've done today that
The
have been
kid
questioned.
that shot up, right, the Florida school.
Yeah.
Right?
We
Is
didn't
he
need that kid.
We don't need that
Is he
kid.
special? I don't
No.
think so. But also,
Mr. Rogers should have said.
But was he nurtured? Did he have
That's-
Mr.
yeah.
Rogers in his
Yeah,
life
yeah.
to tell him like, hey?
But
did he have
that's-
anybody in his life that told him that he had something special inside of him? Because I think a lot of these kids that do go down the wrong path are coming up in environments where they have no nurturing and no encouraging thoughts, and as simple as it is, as Mr. Rogers being like, "I like you just the way you are," like. No, but like these shooters are probably getting like, "Oh, I like nothing about you," and you're like, and they're not getting any redeeming qualities shined upon them, like for them to acknowledge, like, "Oh, cool, maybe I have something to offer the world." If you feel like that, if you feel like you don't have anything to offer, then of course you're gonna want to like lash out.
Yeah.
But it is a little bit dangerous to tell every single person on this world that they are unique and special
Until they
because-
become
because then
special.
it turns into this type of entitlement. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that sometimes people forget that you're just part of the masses and you grind it out. You try your best to be a good person.
That's
you
what I was
grind it
trying to
out.
say.
You're not.
It's a balance.
You're not entitled
fucked
to
up.
more.
Yeah, you just summed it up in
That's
emotion,
exactly
but
what
it
I
was the
trying to
same
say,
thing.
but it came out so harsh the way I said it. Baby, thank you so much.
that was also the
That was clear.
Yes,
That was much
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
articulate.
Khalyla's was the very sweet, like,
Yeah.
let's kind of see both sides of this. Like, let's word it a little softer. You were just the very dude version of just like, I'm just going to tell you how it is.
Right. And let me say this too. Because he was in my life. Did you grow up with him?
Oh yeah.
So
I remember that episode with the kid in the wheelchair that came up that wrote to him that like one of his last wishes was like to meet Mr. Rogers, and then
Yeah.
not only does Mr. Rogers meet him, he brings him in on an episode and sings a song to him. I
Dude,
remember that was unbelievable. He was like, "It doesn't matter that your arms don't work." Or no. Again, I'm paraphrasing.
It was something like
legs,
that.
legs don't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Legs.
No, his arms didn't work either.
And then the kid,
Yeah.
here's when I lost it. Like he's talking, literally like singing this, like literally like, and it's so cool that you're here right now. And the kid's like, you're great. And then he goes, and then he just the piano starts playing and he just starts singing. And then the kid They definitely didn't rehearse the song. The kid just starts singing a staple Mr. Rogers song. Like it's like he was singing "Living on a Prayer," and the kid just knew the words. And Mr. Rogers starts singing like his go-to, like "I like you just the way you are," and the kid starts singing it. I fucking lost.
Oh, yeah, I lost.
That's when I heard. That's when I was like, "He's a great guy," and you were like, "Fuck," you know.
Yeah,
moved
that
down
was
another seat because more tears.
I want
needed.
people to listen. I'm not saying that I'm cynical and I didn't enjoy the music. I enjoyed the movie immensely.
I know you
but
did.
there are pockets where you question, like, what good did it do? You know,
You think it did? Well, it did more good than bad, I think. For
Yeah, that's the
kids.
thing. Because
I wish it would have showed more people. Like they had that one scene where that woman came up to him and was just like,
Yeah, that
you changed my life. Like, and you could see how good of a person she was in a momentary exchange. And she was just like, you affected me so much.
No,
I
she
watched-
said, you know, I my parents weren't around, so
Yeah.
I watched, you know, your show, and you raised me. You were
raised
my
me.
childhood. And,
Oh, wow.
and she was meeting him, you know, for the first time, and she's like, I just can't. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And she hugs him, and he's, you know,
And he goes, get off me. No.
no. And
was very
he was
sweet.
a great guy in
He
that
was.
way.
And I love seeing the human moments of him too. That's what I love about documentaries, when you get to see, you know, it's why people love podcasts, to get an extra layer of insight into like how comedians are. But like getting to see him like during the filming of the show, like break or laugh, or at one point he puts on his shoes and they gave him like the wrong shoes, and so he's putting them on and they don't fit, and he just starts cracking up. He's like, "You guys,
Yeah.
these are
he's
the
one of
wrong
those guys.
shoes."
And he wasn't anal or like weird. Like there was a guy, you know, a lot of the cameramen and the grips, they were all like working class.
Yeah.
You know, guys, tattoos,
Yeah.
guys, right? And there was a camera laying around, and one of the guys took a photo of his ass. Remember?
Yeah.
And then, like, you know, 6 months later or whatever, they get him developed, and, you know, he forgets about it, the guy that took the photo. And for Christmas, Mr. Rogers blew it up and gave him the photo of his ass, you know?
That's
so he was like a funny
Yeah.
kind of a guy, you know?
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but, you know, but there was also thoughts of, like, when you're watching, you just think to yourself, you know what? Who should have the show? Jerry Sandusky. How would that show be?
I mean, look, there'd
Yeah,
be I don't know if there'd be puppets.
Oh, there would be puppets.
There would.
Yeah, he'd be controlling with his dick, and the
Oh
puppets
my
are the kids.
God.
On a puppet, it's his actual dick.
Yeah.
Would he do different voices?
Well, if his, yeah, he would.
Yeah.
But you showed me the trailer of that other movie where they had the 3 identical twins.
Oh, that was another.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah.
What's
That was
that?
one of those amazing cases of seeing a movie and you see the trailer and you're like, well, now I want to see that movie, you know?
Okay, so the short synopsis is that a kid walks into college and everyone's saying, "Hey, Jerry, what's up, Jerry?" And he was like, "Who the fuck is Jerry?"
Right.
And it turns out he has an identical twin that goes to that same college.
But he doesn't
And
know he has
they,
one.
They had been separated at birth. To further complicate
So
it,
now, right? They're on. You know, they do a newspaper article.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another guy looks at it and goes, "He looks just. These
like
two look
What
just like
the
me."
fuck?
So it's now 3 brothers, identical twins,
Mm-hmm.
and they can't separate. I mean,
They
they're
become like
besties.
sensations, basically, but then things start to unravel
Yeah,
slowly
but
after
that's
that.
the trailer of the
that's,
document. So that looked
but-
great as
That looked
well.
amazing.
But what Bobby was saying was, what would you do if you walk into a place and all of a sudden you meet an exact, just as funny, just as talented version of yourself?
I'd kill him.
Yeah,
That's what he said.
Kill him.
you'd be
Sorry,
dead.
it
All
has to
2 of
end
them
this
would be
way.
dead.
Yeah, I love you, but I hate you.
Or imagine 2 other nosotros papaya slap kings, right? Imagine 3 of us,
Yeah.
and we had a podcast.
Oh.
well, there's your
my
hook.
God.
That's a good hook. Nobody else has that.
And not only that, we would be banned for life. The things
Yeah.
we wouldn't edit each other, and we would just like add on to each other.
Yeah, it might get annoying, right? You're stepping on each other's sentences, or do you think you know each
One
other
guy
so
says
well?
faggot, I go, yeah, faggot,
Yeah.
and then like all of a sudden there's no.
Do you think that
The go-to for your triplets.
Yeah.
how pissed or jealous do you think Steve would be if he all of a sudden you had 2 identical brother best friends?
That's a great question.
I think Steve would enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no way. I mean, sure they're identical, and maybe they have similar personality traits, but there could be one brother that like listens to my brother in a specific way that I
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
right? Or another brother that helps my brother in a certain way that I don't.
Or that knows more about basketball. Like if
Yeah,
you want to talk
like my
hoops.
brother. Like my
Instead of
brother
you being
loves
like,
hip hop.
Hey, give it to the man who put it in the bucket hoop. You know, like
It's so weird that you would even bring up basketball and segue into your own bullshit.
I'm not segueing into my bullshit. What I'm
No,
trying to do,
you know what, ladies and gentlemen.
No, what I love about
No,
Bobby,
no, no,
and I want your listeners to know how you talk to me about basketball is one of my favorite things.
It doesn't matter. Don't segue into that a bit
That's
either.
all- that's all I wanna segue
No,
into.
what I'm saying to you, I'm segueing into this.
I think it's a funny thing. I don't know if your listeners have
I
heard
don't know
you
if you
talk
see
about
his
basketball.
Instagram pod yesterday. Adam Ray. Let me
I don't
just
wanna
say something
talk
about
about
Adam Ray.
I don't want to talk about this.
Why?
No, we can't. I'm joking. I just wanted to give you.
I'm going to
props.
say this though,
Okay.
and I'm going to. Adam Ray is a fancy fucker.
What do you mean by fancy?
What do you
well,
mean by
first
that?
of all, his
sound
podcast, right?
fancy.
Who is your guest?
Who have we had on?
Sandra
We
Bullock.
just had on Sandra Bullock. We've had on Jason Derulo, Dana Carvey,
You've
Susan
had
Sarandon,
Susan Sarandon,
Bob Saget,
right?
Neil Patrick
What?
Harris.
We can get Saget.
right. Neil Patrick Harris.
We can't
We
get
can't
him.
get him.
We can't
get
him.
Susan Sarandon.
We
either.
can't get Susan or Sandra Bullock. There's no way. Stop that. That's right there. Stop right there.
Stop that list.
So yesterday you were at the basketball convention. What was it? Where were you at?
The NBA awards. It's like the Oscars for the
Ooh,
NBA.
fancy,
Yeah.
right?
I don't know if it's that
and
fancy.
you were there with your another
pretty
fancy friend of yours, a very close friend of yours.
Yeah,
Who-
yeah. Adam
what's his
Devine.
name? Adam
Yeah, yeah.
Devine.
Yeah. Also not fancy. I mean, like gets to do cool shit because of
Yeah.
you know you get to do cool shit.
I
It's
like
just
Adam a lot.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
But can I just say this?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say this out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
He would. I don't think he would. I mean, I've always wanted to work with him,
Yeah.
but I don't think that he would ever. And it hurts.
I disagree. We just had a conversation about you today when I said I was coming over here to do the
Oh, yeah?
podcast. Yeah.
That's great that you would even do that, and that's why you're a good guy.
Yeah.
You know why you're a good guy?
I'm serious.
That's great what you're doing.
Remember when I told you about Paul Feig when you were like, I fucked it up with Paul Feig, and then I was doing this pilot with him, and I brought that up to Paul, and Paul was like, completely explained the story and was like, how Bobby
I know.
misread it,
What's
and then
wrong
Paul
with-
goes,
what's
I
wrong
love
with-
Bobby.
what
Lee.
is wrong- what
Paul
is-
goes, I'm trying to find something to work with Bobby,
He
and
says
Bobby.
that
What's wrong
he
with
hates
me?
him.
And I went out of my way to tell him because I'm like, do you understand one of the biggest comedy directors thinks you're the shit? And he was like, I thought he fucking hated me because I screwed up this dinner or whatever. And it was completely ass backwards.
Wow.
Yeah, I think.
But we all do that. We all like
go
read
ahead, babe.
things.
Defend me.
Yeah.
it wasn't a defense.
Oh yeah, slam me.
It was an
Slam me
agreement.
down. Slam the slip king. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
I think that part of your thinking that people hate you is tied into your narcissism. You think that people actually stop to think about you much more than they actually do.
Are you winking to a mirror that's not there? Or are you looking at the camera?
But that's what you see. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Where
sure.
it's like
It's a
you-
part of my bit, though. It's a part of my.
Yeah, but when do the lines get blurred?
There's never lines, and there are no blurring.
So what is it? What is it?
What? I don't know what it is. All right.
Oh.
It is just the fabric of my own being.
Yeah, but when you say like Adam doesn't want to work with you, why do you created that somehow? Based off
Because in
probably
my
what?
head, because I'll tell you why. Can I tell you why?
Was it like a weird exchange?
No. It was this.
It's like if I
Remember we
saw-
had that beach house thing.
Adam Devine's house party.
Yeah, house party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I called my agent and I said I want to be on that. He's like, you're not gonna get on that.
But it was a stand up show for like up and coming comics.
I know, but I wanted to be on it. Did you do it?
yeah, because I was up and coming and I hadn't been
There were
on
some
TV
other
yet.
people that weren't on Up and Coming.
Like who?
I don't remember.
No, you're pretty established at that point. You
I can't do
you
it.
couldn't have been on it. No, that's a straight up. That doesn't make any.
If you were
sense.
producing, would I do it?
fuck yeah, you do anything.
Then
I
we
do.
go.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, but he didn't go on the road and open for you and
I
like,
know.
have a great friendship and get you a painting
I
of yourself for
know.
you. for
You
your
did
birthday.
open for me. You were one of my strongest openers.
Thank you.
When did you guys first meet?
Oh, it's a comedy store. I just started coming around more because I was dipping one foot into improv and sketch world and one to stand up. And then when a girlfriend was living, we went to college together. Then she moved to New York to be a page in the NBC program. So we were doing long distance. And then she moved to Reno to be a news reporter and then fucked a camera guy. And then I was like, I think that's it.
Oh, man.
I was like, I think that's a good sign. I'm going to go ahead and, hey, well, I'm done, you know. And I even made jokes. I was like, did he shoot his stories in your face? And she's like, why would you say that? I was like, I don't know how to handle this.
Did she admit to the cheating,
Was
or
that-
did you find
I
out?
flew to Reno. We were going to drive to San Francisco to do Thanksgiving, and we were already kind of having a rocky patch. But it was like, we're going to go have Thanksgiving with the family, and it'll be great. And her dad plays the French horn, and he'll probably, fucking, which was already maybe that's a red flag in some families.
Myself.
And so we sit down, and then she just pulls out a letter, and she starts crying.
Why?
I'm getting to it. She
Okay.
pulls out the letter and she starts crying, and I go, "Oh, you've been working on some short stories, like trying to make a joke about what's happening and like
Yeah.
avoid the obvious." And then she just goes, "Well, what? And I was like, did you just see the Mr. Rogers trailer? Like, why are you crying? She's like, well, we've been separated. I just, remember Jeff, the camera guy? I was like, did you fuck him? She was like, and I was like, did you suck his dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you swallow it? Ask me that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to know these questions. Like, it's such a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to know anything, but all of a sudden I'm like, I got to know everything. What happened? And then we drove. I go, just drive me to the airport in San Fran, and then go home from there. Because she was just sobbing.
So you
I
were
felt
done.
bad.
You were done when she tested.
Yeah, that was a good. Yeah, because
You know, it's
I
so
couldn't.
funny. I don't have that.
I couldn't have.
I
just
don't
couldn't
have
live
that
with
kind
it,
of
man.
jealousy.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Someone cheated on
If someone
you?
cheated on you?
No, they were broken up already, right?
No, we were in a. We had gotten in a rough patch, and we had taken maybe about 2 weeks off.
That's
to
what he's
kinda-
saying. He had a
Why
2
did
week.
she have a letter? Was she going to read a letter to
Yeah, that's
you?
what she's doing. She just wanted to have
So
her
it
thoughts
wasn't
written
completely
out.
called off.
It wasn't at all.
Right. So it. Oh, so
We
she
were
did
taking like
cheat.
a weird. We'd been dating
Oh
for
well, then
3
that's
years.
yeah. Then that's
And
yeah.
it was like a
that's
2 week
that-
break, but it wasn't a 2 week break being like, and if you fucking get some cool
Yeah,
vibes
that's-
from the
yeah.
camera guy,
Yeah,
fucking
that's
please,
it, yeah,
by all
that's not
means,
good.
suck his dick. You know,
Yeah.
it was, and so then that was that. And then I jumped into stand up fully, so I started being around the Comedy Store more, and then I remember doing a set. This is when I was doing it maybe twice a month, and I was upstairs in the belly room, and Bobby was up there, and you know he's just so great about like seeing people, and if he sees somebody he likes, he'll stop you and say something to you. And
Say that again.
Bobby's so great about, first of all, not hanging around for a little bit and watching other comics, and he would float around to the rooms, and he was upstairs in the belly room, and he saw me, and I had a good set, so he pulls over, he goes, how come I haven't seen you before? And I was like, oh, I only come around a couple times a month, because I've been 1 foot in, 1 foot out. My girlfriend fucked the camera guy. He's like, that's not what I asked. Like, how come I haven't seen, I was giving too much information right out of the gate. And he's like, you're really funny. He's like, could you follow me downstairs in the original room right now for 20 minutes if I brought you down there? And like, you don't want to be like, I don't think I'm ready yet. I think I need to work on it. So I was just like, fuck yeah, I could, So he goes, come on. So he walks downstairs, he goes to Tommy the booker, and he's like, Tommy, put this guy up after me. And Tom was like, well, I think he's going to be around more, and he's got to which was the right move because I would have tanked, but also would have been great for me. And
I actually
so then,
did that. That's ridiculous.
yeah.
That I did
And then
that.
Tommy goes, I have seen him around, but he needs to be around more. Like he needs to hang on the Sunday, Monday open mics.
Yeah.
And then you suggested maybe you should try to work there just because you'll get more spots and whatever. And I, at that point, had no reason to not jump in fully because when you first start in stand up,
Did you work there?
Yeah, I did the phones on Fridays. I didn't want to do the door, the parking lot.
Right.
I don't know why. I just wanted to, but I wanted to be around and have
Right.
a way to communicate because a lot of comics would call for avails, and it was a way that I could actually chum them up a little bit on the phone, and then later that night be like, hey, what's up, man? And they're like, oh yeah, what's
It's
going on?
the best. I mean, if you're a new comic, it's the best way
That was invaluable.
to get into the our eyesight
Yeah.
because when you're there all the time, I'm bringing Asan to
Asan,
San
yeah.
Antonio this weekend.
Oh, cool.
I've never seen him, but he does the parking lot.
Yeah.
Everyone says he's good.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
He is.
And he's just there.
Yeah.
Right? So I have
Out of sight, out of mind, right? That's a real
out of sight,
thing.
out of mind. Yeah. I mean, they're just there. So
Yes.
I wouldn't use, I used Will Burkhart, but through a, not word of mouth, but with Brent Moore and Jason Collins speaking highly of him. But that's rare. Most of my guys are from the Comedy Store.
Yeah, you told me a week after that. You were like, I think Kevin Christie couldn't do a college gig, and you were like, if he can't go, do you want to come? And I just was like immediately. You'd see me once.
Was that the one in Oregon?
North Carolina. It was North Carolina.
Oh,
and then,
North
And then
Carolina.
somebody ended up, I think Nick went and something happened.
Oh, right.
But then you said, but I'm going to find something else. So you which you also didn't have to do. And then I think the more I was around, and then you got to see me more, and then.
But you did fuck me a couple of times, huh?
How so?
On the road.
Wait,
What?
what
Well,
happened?
I lost $6,000 because of you.
You robbed Bobby?
No.
You remember?
I do remember. Yeah, I had met a girl. I was in a hotel room. I had met a girl that's in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd gone.
You know the story. Don't question it.
I think the details are they're kind of coming back. What? Well, by the way, this was right. We should mention this is, I think, after or before we went to 7-Eleven. Bobby does this great thing on the road with you too, where I don't know if it's called taking advantage of his power. Is that the way? Is that the right way to word it?
Sounds about
accurate,
Where he
yeah.
would tackle me in the green room, and the host is like, "Welcome to the stage, Adam Ray," and he's literally, this is in Kansas City, literally holding me down on the ground and laughing, and the Adam Ray, and people are clapping, and then it stops, and then the host is like, Are you back there? Are you okay?" And Bobby's just laughing, and then finally I had to punch him to get me off him.
Yeah, yeah.
Or he's like, hey, eat these 20 oysters. I'm like, I hate oysters. In fact, I might be allergic. I might be allergic. He's like, do you want to go to Phoenix next weekend?
I love
Eat
it.
these oysters.
Yeah.
And so
Power moves.
And so at one point, he goes, let's take these. What were they? The pills that they sell at 7-Eleven over the counter to get your dick hard.
Oh, just like
Those goat pills.
No, but they're just kind of like
cheap ones.
cheap
right?
one. Yeah, those
Yeah.
cheap.
Erect-
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah.
So how many did we take?
Man, I don't know, 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah. Jeez. Didn't you give me a Viagra? Not Viagra. Yeah.
No.
once? Oh, you
That
didn't?
was the first time I've ever taken that stuff. It was the
okay.
worst night of my life.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
And so anyway, so then I'm with this girl that I had met and in the hotel room, and I think the phone must have been off, but Bobby had won $6,000, but
Oh,
didn't
that's
have
right. His ID.
didn't have his ID. So then he
At the
said,
casino.
So
Yeah,
what
that-
did
yeah.
you said it was like these are my friends. What did you say?
No,
to
so
the
this is what happened. So I sit there and I'm playing slots. I love slots.
Yeah.
You do.
Right.
Is
And
that like a because I always see like old Korean ladies playing slots. Is that like a
Are you saying that I'm an old Korean lady?
sometimes you look like one when you're playing?
Yeah.
You definitely have the hunch over and that.
You know what it
Come
is?
on, baby.
I like the repetition of it, and I also like people go. There's no skill, and there is skill.
Please tell.
I'll tell you the skill. The skill is finding the machine that's ready to pop, and it's a gut instinctual.
You mean
thing.
guessing?
It's instinctual.
Not guessing,
It's
instinctual.
instinctual.
So like if you see someone riding out a machine for a while and then they get up to leave with like some sort of like, I guess it's not my day. Like you
Yeah.
go, this is where I swoop in. Like because
Yeah, I do that. Or what I do is sometimes I'll look at a machine,
Yeah.
see what they ended on. If they ended on like a big win, I won't play it
because you know that big one is
because
probably
it's
not
going to
happen
be
again for a
happen
minute.
for a bit,
Okay.
right? So I do little things like that. But it's also just, if I see anything Asian,
Stay away from it.
yes,
Why?
I've never won on any
Asian
of those.
on Asian cancels each other out.
Like
There's no
if
win?
there's like if you get 3 pandas, you'll win $1 million. There's no
Never get
way.
3 pandas.
I'll never get. I don't even get 1 panda.
No.
I always do the ones that people. It doesn't look like people play. You know what I
Do
mean?
you like the themed ones, like a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
no,
Factory?
those
or
ones.
Driving Miss
Yeah,
Daisy
those
or,
big. Like I played the Game of Thrones one a couple weeks ago.
What's that?
We're gonna get to that in a second. You
Oh,
fucking
you don't
rat
want?
fuck. You rat fuck. We're gonna okay. Write that down. I
Game of
got that.
Thrones.
I have so many things I want to talk to you
Game of
about.
Thrones.
Yeah.
But so anyway, the thing goes off, right? And it's sirens. And when that happens,
People freak out.
yeah, but I didn't freak out. I was worried because I knew my license was expired.
And they check that.
Right? So before the person got there, I was calling you
Yeah.
to get to next to me
Yeah.
to go, this guy won.
Oh.
Right? So that we could get the fucking money. So I kept calling. And it was taking a while for the lady to get there.
Yeah. So there's plenty of time for me to
There was like
pick
a
up.
10-minute window.
Well, that seems a little long. Probably 4.
No, 10.
Okay.
Yeah. For the story 10. Yeah. For the story 10.
It could have been 10.
Yeah.
But point being, plenty of time for me to pick up. Have,
Well,
have,
I mean,
have my exchange.
you the club is near. I know that you're in the building.
Yeah. Well, the casino was attached to the hotel, so
Exactly.
I could have gotten down
So-
there in plenty of time to
Right,
accept.
but you didn't.
Yeah.
So then the lady goes, "I'm sorry, sir, your license expired." I go, "But I won $6,000." She goes, "I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do."
Couldn't they verify your information any other way? Like,
Well,
like,
I
can
called
we
the
fax
owner
over
of
a passport copy. Is he copy
I
your
ca- I
passport?
called-
That's what somebody
Joe-
suggested. You could have done that, right? You could have like gone
No, what
back.
they told me too was you got to fly to LA, get the passport. You got to physically see one,
Yeah.
and then fly it back.
It's not worth it.
And I'm like, that's gonna
Okay,
cost
so-
me the.
I have a question. So you could have theoretically held the 6,000 there, spend $500 to go fly back and forth, and then reclaimed your money.
Yeah, that's not worth it to me.
You could should have sent him.
Or I
would've
could
done
have sent my brother over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But
give
I didn't
him
know
like
where it was.
$1,000,
I didn't know
$1,000 each.
at the time.
Yeah.
I didn't know where it was.
Oh.
I knew it was in the house, but then there would,
You
there
never
was so
know
many
where it
different.
is, yeah.
I never know where you know that. But anyway, so
Well, I'm
that's
sorry.
you owe me $6,000. But anyway,
We're going to take a second for our sponsors.
ladies and gentlemen, we endorse Hims. It is a one-stop shop for all the needs that men need. They need it, right? Like if you're balding and whatnot, it gives you physicians to talk to and communicate with. It gives you other needs that you have, like penis needs, correct?
For sure, penis needs.
Right? If your penis needs it.
You get penis needs when your penis needs it.
No, it really is
Yeah.
a unique site, and it's extremely helpful, and we really do endorse this thing. It's cool, man. It's tell them about it.
Thanks to science, balding can be optional.
True. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to go. I thought you were going to go whole.
That was my
Why
only
did you sound like you're going to a
contribution.
whole TED talk about balding? So, guys, order now. TigerBelly listeners get a trial month of Hims just for $5 today.
Wow, it's pretty good.
Right now while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/belly. That's forhims.com/belly. Forhims.com/belly.
Listen, if you have a head like Ron Howard, right, or Andre Agassi, and you're looking in the mirror and going, "Wow, what the fuck happened?" Right, and you want hair like Marion Fellaini.
Ooh, Fellini's got good hair.
He's an Italian soccer player.
Yeah.
No, he's Belgium.
Belgium, yeah.
He's from Belgium.
Good
Go-
hair.
Look up Marion Fellaini. But if you want Ron Howard from to the other thing, go to Hims.
Yes, forhims.com/belly. Oh, we love
I love ham.
Hims. Hims men's products for balding, not hams.
I did Hims.
Yeah, Hims. Adam,
balding.
don't you love Hims?
I love it, dude.
I love ham too.
I'm never going bald.
Honey baked ham.
I love
Honey baked
Honey
ham.
baked ham.
Kosher ham.
But Hims is great.
You know, the last time we were in Fort Lauderdale,
Yeah.
I probably spent 3 hours trying to win all the money that you lost.
I remember.
I think he was
She's
like
so good.
$3,500 down. And I was sweating so hard. I was like, wait, that's too much money. How did you lose that in 6 minutes? I was just,
That's why I don't play blackjack.
No,
I
play
double
craps.
down on, like, if I get a 2 and a 5, I double down. Yeah. Every time.
Yeah, go fish. Like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
sir, wrong game. Craps is so fun because the superstition level, at least for me, I've only played like 10 times, but like there's always some sort of weird collective chant with strangers, or like, man, me and some buddies, we ended up like we were breathing on the back of this like old Pakistani man's neck because
Yeah.
we did it as a joke. Like we were all blowing on him and we were like, good luck, man. And then he kept winning, so he's like, please do not forget, blow on my neck. Because he also like he was like, I'm winning. Please,
Yeah.
But
She's
that's
very patient.
I did. And I won all his money back.
She did.
And he would, when I win it back, I'm done. I'm out of there. I'm not trying to win
Oh.
more.
so you have restraint.
Yeah, I really do practice restraint.
I have no restraint.
He was yelling at
'Cause
me
you
to
think
keep
about how-
playing more. And I was like, no, I'm done.
Good move. Yeah, it's so tough. I mean, that's essentially that's gambling, right? That's why people end up like being up 50 grand and then down 500.
Yeah. I mean,
That's probably happened, right? What do you think the most somebody has gone in and been up and then just had a complete 180?
well, when I went with Dice, when I was a kid, younger, Andrew Dice Clay took me to Vegas.
Whoa.
And he lost $750,000
Oh my God.
Oh,
No,
God.
he didn't.
in front of me. And then he told everyone
Is
that
it
I was-
because he won it and you weren't around and he
No,
was like,
he was-
my ID's not expired, trust me. Bobby, where the fuck
Yeah.
are you?
Well, what happened was I was working the back door, right? And I barely knew him. And he walks and goes, he used to call me Ching. Have I told this story before?
Yeah.
He goes, Ching. I go, yeah? He goes, get in the car.
Jesus.
I go, I'm working. I told him, we're going to Vegas. I'm in my Comedy Store t-shirt. We fly to Vegas. And we're in first class.
Awesome.
Flies in first class.
Yeah. So A
I'm
group on
sitting there.
Southwest.
What?
A group on
Yeah,
Southwest.
yeah. And I'm, I think I'm like 26 years old. You know, just 20 years
Had you
ago.
been to Vegas?
No. Oh, no, yeah, one time.
Okay.
One time with Paulie. And he lost all that money.
What did he say? Do you remember what he
And
looked
then
like?
at the end, he said that to other people that I was bad luck.
You're a cooler.
I'm a cooler,
Damn.
which maybe I am.
No. I think
No.
that's
Nah. Another thing that you did back then when I met you
yeah.
was you worked at Universal. Tell them what you did.
Okay, so my day job when I first got out here, I got a job as a tour guide on the Backlot tour. First of all,
Oh,
like
nice.
being like, "There's where, Backdraft was filmed, and there's where And there's, and I would fake, when Jaws comes out of the water, and I made a little girl start crying once because I'm 2 months out of acting school, so I'm still treating this as like an acting exercise. So I'm like, I'm gonna really make these people believe there's a shark in there.
Yeah.
So I'm committing to it. So I stand up and I'd be like, the whole bit, I can't remember exactly the script, but he's like, and guys, we're just up here at Amityville, and look at the lake, and there's our buddy Bob in the water, just checking out things that are safe for us. And Bob he's going to, oh God, okay, no, kids, you might want to turn away, Bob, oh God damn it, no, get back, God, Bob, oh my God, why?
Yeah,
it was his birthday, fuck.
Yeah, and one girl cried.
Yeah. I got in trouble. I got suspended for a couple of days.
If that was my daughter, I would hit her in the face.
Oh my God.
You're gonna cry? That's bullshit acting.
Yeah.
You bought that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so I did that.
Not hit her on the face. I mean.
Somewhere else, like
Yeah.
armpit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a nice little tap, like a
Yeah.
pit tap. I also I made up so many movie facts because people think you know everything about movies.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
literally people on these trams, and it was just so like you're doing it like do 5 a day, 5 of these hour tours, and I get these like. Trams full of tourists. I had like a tram full of German tourists one time. So like maybe 100 of the 200 people, and I would just start like making up movie facts because they were taking pictures of everything, right? So we drive along these bushes on the way to the Desperate Housewives street, and I was like, "You guys are gonna love this. You gotta get your cameras out. This is a photo op you cannot miss. The bushes, the bushes from the film Bushes 1 and the sequel Bushes 2, Attack of the Bushes.
Yeah.
You guys remember that scene when Al Pacino was like, "That's a lot of bushes." And they would take pictures of them, and the driver just like sitting there laughing, and then again I get in trouble for that. Like,
You know what I do? I'd point at people and say that they're stars. There he is. If I see a balding man, Stanley Tucci, everybody, Stanley Tucci, right? Or
From the
just
Tucci's.
or black guy, and just say that's Vincent D'Onofrio. They're like, that's Vincent D'Onofrio.
They believe it, yeah.
They would believe it.
So then I did that, and then I was like, I want to make more money, but still stay here and be around, just be around the park more. So then they had an opening for Wolverine, and so I did that. I did that.
He was Wolverine at Universal.
And by the way, I don't know.
He'd walk around with claws.
Fake claws, fake abs, fake fangs, sideburns, the claws. I'll give you a couple quick stories. I don't know shit about Marvel Comics, especially Wolverine. They give me books and DVDs to try to be like, really do some character research. Like, I was number 3 Wolverine, right? There was like 3rd string Wolverine, and there was one guy ahead of me who'd been doing it for like 5 years because you go like, you rotate. There's like 2 in a day.
Killed himself, right?
He would come in wearing a Wolverine.
He can't be alive.
He would come in wearing a Wolverine shirt, and he rode on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And like he'd be standing there like offset, and he'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like ground himself and shit. I'm like, Mark, what are you doing? Hey, Mark, your name is Mark. You drive a Jetta. You are not the real guy. And he's like, and he's like, you got to get into it, man. You got to get into these kids.
Oh my
He's like, what's your
God.
character research? He's like, how do you get into character? I go, you want to know what I do? I go, I'm Wolverine, and then I walk out there, and then I try to continue to pretend,
Yeah.
But these kids, like my second day there. And I used to say this on my act with it. These kids they nerd the fuck out because they're just like they think you're the real guy, which was so cool.
God.
But
I would
they
hit my daughter in the arm.
Oh, they were just like, "What's Wolverine's favorite food?" I was
good.
like, "Potato salad." Fuck off,
Yeah.
And they don't hold back with questioning your. And the audition was crazy because you walk in.
You had to audition?
Yeah. And they were like a tight black muscle shirt, and they were like,
What, you know what's sad? You not getting it.
"Oh yeah,
someone
Yeah,
does.
you
guys
didn't get
didn't
it.
get it.
You didn't really?
Oh yeah, because there's like 10 other guys that auditioned for it.
Oh, my
And I walk
God.
in, and there's a whole row of the bosses, and they walk in, they just interview you as Wolverine. So they go, come in character,
Yeah.
and we're gonna interview. But again, I don't know shit, so I'm walking in, I'm just walking real slow, my chest puffed out. I go, how are you guys? And they go, what's your name? I go, Wolverine. They go, also Logan, right? I go, yeah. And then they go, who are your friends? And I go, Matt.
Yeah.
Doug's pretty cool.
Doug's, yeah.
They're like, what about Storm, Captain America? I'm like, yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
And then they asked me.
You
for
knew
the
nothing.
questions. I knew nothing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, what's your your superpowers, like your super strengths? And obviously now I know it's like that he can heal, right? Like,
Very good.
yeah, heal fast.
He's laced with adamantium.
Adamantium.
Steel.
Yeah. And they're like, what's your superpower? And I just
You didn't know.
I did a jump kick because I was like, I can fucking jump kick.
Yeah.
And they laughed. 2 of my bosses thought I was funny, so they were like, they hired me, I think, based on that. And
They
then
did?
I, looked enough like
You do have a grizzly Jewy kind of look.
Well, this was the most Jewish Wolverine has ever been.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I was wishing people happy Shabbat Shalom, and
Yeah.
But that theme park world is so
Wait, were
crazy.
was it you that was adopted? Or your sister was adopted.
My sister was
Oh,
adopted,
your
yeah.
sister. Oh, that's right.
You know,
okay.
I was
You're
supposed
the
to be
real
a girl.
deal.
They couldn't see my pee-pee, and so my mom was going to name me Rachel, and then obviously that came out, and they were like, "That's the biggest penis we've ever seen," you know. And it was overwhelming, you know. But they couldn't see it at first. But then
Wait,
out,
can you hold on for a second? I just want to document this.
Oh.
By the way, we sound like a studio audience,
Someone-
at like an Oprah taping when we see her fall off a chair in an unexpected moment. Like, what happened?
I shit my pants almost.
That was as close
It's fine.
to shitting your pants as
We
I
might have to edit that out.
No,
I
you
think
got to
we-
keep that
We're
in.
gonna enhance
So
it. We're gonna enhance
hard.
it.
I pushed too hard.
It was so
Wait, why'd you
wet.
push? That sounded like it was going to come out on its own.
Yeah.
That sounded like it had no problems making its way to the air.
So then after Wolverine, here's another side job. Here's another side job that you do that people don't know about.
Yeah.
Is that you do voiceover
Voiceover, yeah.
for Bruce Willis.
I did his ADR, and now I do.
So
like
when Bruce Willis, right, is in a movie, and when he's like running down
Looper.
the street, or they call in Adam to do his movies. I mean, did you do dialogue?
for GI Joe, I did like chunks of monologues
Holy
because
shit.
apparently he just talks so, and it's not like it's not like an impression I can just go into. Like,
Right.
If I'm gonna do like Jay Leno, I can just kind of do like that. Or if I'm doing Bobby, I'd be like, I'm Bob, and so I can just go into an impression, But Bruce, I had to really listen to mimic, so I have to have them play it back a lot to really hear it.
Right.
But it was a lot of breathing, a lot of grunts, and then but some chunks of dialogue because he talks so soft, and apparently these directors would tell me that like, I'd be like, and that's why we gotta get that, shoot him in the thing. We got it. And they'd be like, Bruce, just a little louder, and he'd just be like, we got it. And then he'd just walk off set.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And then they'd be like,
wow.
shit, we got to get that Jewy Wolverine in here.
Yeah.
To fucking read through the words.
Bruce Willis will go, we got it. We already did it. Let's move on.
Instead of like,
God,
maybe do it one more
imagine
time.
having that kind of power.
You
Yeah.
guys ever done that on set? We got it.
Oh no,
No, you do it hundreds of times. I mean,
dude,
if you got to.
I'm doing a Sony animation movie with I did it with Jimmy O Yang and John Cho.
Nice.
Dragon. Yeah. Oh god.
But they call me in 3 sessions, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
This is just the job. But you're doing 5 scenes 1,000 times. The same line over and over again, just different variety, and there's no point where you can go, I'm done.
Yeah, because
You go, oh, you again? Okay.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like the last session was just me and Jim. They had us in together.
Yeah.
Because we played 2 like mafia grunts.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're people. You're not animals.
Yeah, I'm a big mafia guy. He's the
cool.
little one. And at times I would look at Jimmy and we would just be like, we can't do it.
How many other times can you say it?
But you can. They find it.
Yeah.
They find it, and then eventually you'll see through the cube, the little thing,
yeah.
the window.
Yeah.
Them because you can't hear them, which I hate. Because you do a take and then they go, their facial expression is not happy.
And you're like, you guys okay with that? Is that good?
Yeah. Or we're
hit
fine,
the
just do it
button.
again.
Yeah,
but
one
then
second.
they go, they get crazy.
Yeah.
But then sometimes they'll go like that. They'll go, they'll smile and go, I think we got it.
Yeah.
And then that's when you know.
I'm the voice of this talking horse for She-Ra that's coming back on Netflix.
Whoa.
DreamWorks. I'm her sidekick, basically. It's a talking horse.
Yeah.
Swiftwind.
Oh, you
Comes
are.
out end of August, early September.
But see, that's what I tell
But same
people.
thing, like so many take, and at some point you do kind of get frustrated where you're like, God damn it, I've done so many times. Like I think we got it, and then they'll be like, now just do one and throw everything we've said away and whatever and play with it, and then like there always will be some little thing that you'll do, and you'll be like, oh shit, it was worth doing it 70 times because on 71 there was one little thing. One little affectation or intonation that you do differently, and you're like, I guess I do know what they're talking about.
Yeah. The only time I didn't like doing a voiceover is because I did the Awesomes. It was fun with Seth Meyers, but I used to do a couple of things for Family Guy.
Yeah,
And when Seth MacFarlane would be there, I would get kind of
nervous.
nervous.
Yeah, of course.
And it just didn't feel fun because he's right there.
Yeah,
And he's like, faster, I'm faster. You know what I mean? And you're just kind of like,
he's just trying to get.
and I'm just
results.
not having fun.
Man.
Yeah, I like him. He did a couple of sketches at Mad TV.
Yeah.
That's how I knew him, and he's a great guy, nice
Yeah.
guy, super talented. All right, if you're listening, Seth, we love you on TigerBelly. But
You guys-
I would get really nervous.
You guys got so many big people on Mad TV, which I feel like we could have benefited from.
Well, we're gonna get to that. We will get to that.
Yeah.
So the next thing we have another ad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Before we continue.
But before we continue, Lisa, a mattress redesigned. Lisa, guys, we sleep on this mattress called Lisa. It's better than Tempur-Pedic, guys.
Dude.
It's like you get absorbed by life, and you go to sleep instantaneously. Leesa, Lisa, and for every mattress you buy, you save somebody.
Yeah. Or they
Or
donate
trees.
one. Yeah, for every mattress.
You save trees.
True. And together with the Arbor Day Foundation, Lisa plants one tree for every mattress they sell.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, just want to commit.
Yeah.
Just want to confirm.
Yeah.
By planting, their plan is to plant 1 million trees by 2025.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Eventually, when you buy a Lisa mattress, they're gonna give African kids new eyes.
Yep.
Unverified yet.
That's unverified. That's completely unverified, and I just made that up.
But it's a collaboration.
But that's
with
how
us.
cool they are.
They do stuff like that.
That they do stuff like that. Right now is trees, and the next time it's gonna be a Puerto Rican heart.
Yeah,
Oh my God,
specifically.
wow.
A kid doesn't have a heart.
Yeah.
Unverified.
It's
Unverified
unverified for sure.
again.
But Lisa has that
Unsubstantiated.
kind of intention to save the world.
Amazing.
So not only do they have a good product, but they want to help,
the world.
They have good hearts.
deaf people here.
Yes.
Unverified. Lisa,
So
Lisa, Matrix redesigned.
So don't miss these summer savings. Get $160 off a Lisa mattress at lisa.com/belly. That's lisa.com/belly. Oh, the best mattress in the world.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Lena.
Lisa. not Lena Dunham.
Lisa Dunham.
Nope, Lisa. Hey, Adam, do you love sleeping on a Lisa mattress?
I do.
They're great.
It's my favorite
Yeah.
bed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When I have to sleep, I have options. Floor,
But then you
futon.
started. Let me
Oh.
say something. Out of the young guys that I used to bring on the road, you were one of the ones, I think the only one, that started doing real things. Like you were in the heat. That's how you knew Sandra. And you had
And Melissa.
And Melissa McCarthy.
She's
You had a
on the
really
podcast.
good. What a fucking asshole. What an asshole. But you had a really big role on that, I thought.
Yeah.
I
was doing a lot of web videos. Remember, you would do some sketches for me too.
That's
that was
right.
like the thing. You were always like little Hollywood hustler over here because I was doing a lot of, and that's how, because when you're starting out, again, you have, you're just trying to do as much stuff just to gain experience. And like I came from this sketch background and was doing a lot of videos in high school and then even in college, and then YouTube hit and it was like, all right, I should start trying to put these things together, and you did a few for me, which were really funny.
My
and
favorite one was with you and Andrew Santino when he
The
played the
Olympic one.
gymnastics
Yes.
coach.
Oh, it's
I have a whole
fucking
mockumentary
hilarious.
written and ready to go
With that guy?
with that character, Hoot
With
to
the-
Tootie.
Hoot
How
to
funny
Tootie.
was he
Yeah,
in that?
That was so good.
It was, and he improvised all of that. I mean, I basically, and that's what was so great about these videos. It was like, I saw my buddies, Kyle Mooney, Nick Rutherford, and Beck Bennett, who are
we
now
know
on
them. I
SNL.
know
Neighbor.
But they went to but here's the example. They went to college with me.
This guy acts as if I'm like new to the fucking town, man. Hey, Papa. Nick's open for me too, friend.
I know they had their sketch group, and I was so envious because I was like,
Good neighbor, bro.
Yeah. I was like, I want guys to do shit with all the time, but I couldn't find guys that consistently to shoot every week, to write every week. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm going to write, I'm going to produce it all, I'm going to direct it, and then I'm going to just get buddies to be in stuff. And so that was a blessing and a curse because it was stressful, but then you're like, this is how I'm getting better, I guess. But that Olympics one, it was like I found that little gym out in deep in Van Nuys, and it was so, and I had to nudge you to make sure you went to do it because you were like, what is it really? I was like, but I had a little script, but an outline, and I was like, this is what the character I think is, and it's gonna be Andrew and I. You're trying to teach us, but you're this old school coach, and you end up just like physically abusing us, and you're like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And but like, I mean, the character was so fucking right. Like when you want to watch a whole about this old coach, it was so funny.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. I feel like that's truly how an Asian coach, like a Chinese
like a
coach,
taekwondo.
would
But also
Yeah,
the
yeah,
coat
yeah.
that he like wore and the beanie and he was smoking.
Yeah, smoking, yeah.
Remember some of the lines you're saying? You were like, you can do drugs, you can smoke if you want to.
Yeah,
You go,
yeah.
the champion's in your heart. He's like, you can do drugs. He's like, it don't matter.
Yeah.
I mean,
But you know what? How I knew that sketch was good is I auditioned for Allison Jones once.
yeah.
And she, before I even said it, she goes, "I love that fucking Olympic thing you did with Adam and Andrew."
It's
Dang,
quite
she saw
possibly
that?
next to Toki Fong is my favorite character of yours.
Oh
If you
wow!
watch
love
it.
that.
Let's talk about it later.
Okay.
I'll bring
It's written and done, man.
I'll do Hututuri.
I'll fucking fund it, man. You crush it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
See the backstory? I mean, come on. Are you kidding
So
me?
then you were the Heat.
Find old footage of Hoot like coaching these guys,
Yeah.
like
You did
beating
the
the shit out of
Heat.
them.
You did the Heat.
I did, yeah.
And then you did Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Big part. I didn't see it.
I mean, I voiced Slimer, which a lot of that ended up getting trimmed down, which was pretty cool. The part was, I played the lead singer in this rock band where they caught a ghost for the first time. It was like it was the big scene in the movie. It took 10 days to shoot. I probably on paper had 10 lines. Paul let me improvise. I probably, when I walked out, was like, added another 10 lines. I'm like, all right, out of 20 things that I've said in this scene, and if 3 of them make it, cool. If
How many
if
did
a
it- how
couple of
many
the
made it?
jokes, I mean, none. It was the singing. I sang 2 songs all the way through, and they just had to trim it down. Paul even when I was waiting sent me an email before the premiere, and he was like, "Just so you know, because I would come out and acknowledge the band, and Ozzy Osbourne was like headlining this big show, and so I would come out and like be talking, be like, you guys ready to rock, and like pointing to a record exec who Paul was playing as a cameo in the corner. I was like, hey man, like I got DVDs and shit. I'd love to stop working bar mitzvahs and quit the coffee bean someday.
Yeah.
So let me know if you want to talk after the show.
Oh, you were doing
And then,
improvise.
yeah, and then I'd be like, are you guys ready to rock? And then somebody would go, you suck. And I'd go, hell yeah, 2, 3,
Yeah.
And then I get attacked by the ghost, and you see that in the movie, like it hits me into the amps. But then after that, that's where it cuts off. But then they had me do these stunts where they had a stunt guy pull him out of the amps off the stage and up
Yeah.
into the air, 30 feet in the air in one motion. It looks so dope. And then they put me upside down in this whole entrapment and swung me around upside down and had me screaming. And they had a camera at my head. I almost passed out like 4 times because I'm upside down, blood rushing to my head. He would say action. I would lean back. I'd be upside down. And then they would start spinning me and fly me around
Yeah.
so they could have a shot of me up in the air. And then they drop me into the crowd. And I get back. So all this shit, and none of it was in there.
I know. It's
But what do you
it's
do?
So
Like, but then you're
I
like,
can
I'm in
only
Ghostbusters,
imagine.
it's still cool. Paul also gave it to me. So what was like,
Yeah.
he goes, I know Adam will be up for it. So
So
I
I
had
can
to
only
do it.
imagine you doing it, and in your hot thoughts, you're like, because I've been there too. You go, oh my god, I want to blow the fuck out when this comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You literally do think
Yes,
that.
you can't help it. You told me, and this is a great piece. This
yeah.
is why, again, another compliment, and how you've been a good friend and a straight shooter. When I got the heat, I remember I was getting ready to go, and you were so genuinely pumped for me.
Yeah.
But also, you were like, hey, man, it doesn't stop after this. Like, you're so pumped. I know, like, I see you, like, Hollywood walking around a little swagger. Like, you did some YouTube videos. Now you're in a movie. Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Busting my balls. But then you were like, when you come right back here, man, you still got to go to the Comedy Store. You're still going to do your late sets. You still got to, like, grind. Because, you can't help but, like, let a little bit of it affect you and be like, all right, I'm in movies. I think I'm a movie star now, right? Is this how this works?
Yeah.
Like,
When I
is
was
Bobby
in-
going to open for me now?
When I
Is
was
it,
in when I was in Pineapple Express, me and Ken had a whole storyline in the movie. Yeah. Right?
Wow.
So we had like this a side caper, right? They cut all of it out.
Oh, my God. Were you devastated?
Yeah, but that scene. There was a scene where Seth Rogen shoots me in the head. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Your scene reminded me of mine, where they had a metal plate on my head, and they had to put an explosive on my head. So
Those
he
little
puts the gun right
squibs
here,
or
right?
whatever?
So they go 3, 2, 1, and it exploded. I couldn't hear at all. It went like that, right? And then I felt like my brain, like I was brain dead, like I was spinning.
Jesus.
And
And they were
it
like,
hurt
we got it.
No.
Oh.
We gotta do it again.
Oh, no.
Right? So they put the metal thing back on my head.
Yeah.
Put the explosive. We did that like 4 or 5 times. By the 4th time, I'm like, I think I'm gonna go completely deaf.
Yeah.
But you do all that work, and in your head, you're like, this is gonna be.
People
I
don't know
wasn't-
how well I react
I
to
wasn't
getting
invited to
shot
the
in head.
premiere.
You weren't?
No,
Yeah.
I was invited to the premiere, and I didn't work for like 3 years after that.
Yeah, but then Judd put you on Love, and like it all comes around, right? So anyway, Lisa mattresses are so great. I love to sleep on them. I love
No,
to cry
but
on them.
it's but I'm proud of you because you did these things.
Well, you've known me from the very beginning.
I did.
When
To see you go from there to hanging out with these people, and then you met the midget.
yes.
You met the little
That's a
midget.
pilot. Yeah,
you know what I
Brady.
mean? Brad Williams.
Brad
I can
Williams.
say that because
Yeah, you
he's my
can.
friend.
Yeah.
And he calls me Chinaman, so
Yeah,
we're fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You
Right?
have to have a closeness.
That's a thing. It's like, when you have a midget friend, you can say.
You can.
If I have a retarded friend, can I
Yep.
call him a
You
retard? I
can.
probably can.
Randy the retard. You can call him that. Yeah.
If he's your friend.
If he's your friend.
Yeah.
Some people take liberties and call me certain things that you call me on the podcast.
Like what?
And it irks me.
Yeah,
Like
that's
what?
not fair. You
Because
can't do that.
you're my, I let you inside me, so you're allowed to say certain things.
Yeah,
about
yeah,
me. You can
yeah,
call me a
yeah.
bitch. You can call me a cunt.
Oh God.
You can call me whatever the fuck you want, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
just our rapport.
Yes.
Right.
But when people
to
that
build
I
that
don't know,
rapport,
like
though.
strangers, they'd be like, well, they say they mimic you,
Whoa.
and I'm
Dude.
like, whoa, dude.
I had 3 people this weekend say, "What's up, flat face gook?" in public.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
Love Tigerbelly, flat face gook.
All right. Well, in my defense, I was excited to see you. And,
yeah. Or like, what's still a thing?
What?
George is a pink dick.
People,
People yell it out in the middle of the show
that's pretty cool.
Still?
during a punchline. Yeah. I was about to tell a punchline, George is a pink dick. I go, he's not here. And also, you have to understand that maybe 50% of the audience doesn't even know what that means. So then I can't.
Punchline.
What?
Don't ruin a punchline. Don't step on a punchline.
Yeah. But I love you, TigerBelly fans. Do what you want.
You know what I'm going back to in a couple months, the first time since I've been to with you, which was another great thing about you bringing on the road with me, is like getting to, the road, you don't realize too as a young comic like how invaluable that is. Like I remember Tommy would bust my balls. He's like, well, you're a road dog now, huh? I was like, what do you mean? Like I'm getting an amazing opportunity to open for a guy who sells out all over the, he's like, so you're just always gone doing the road. I was like, oh yeah, sorry, I got to quit my job as Wolverine and make some money and do 30 minutes before a crusher and learn. And
those times it's I feel like funner when you're featuring.
Oh, that's the sweet spot.
It's the sweet spot.
Yeah, come on. You're unknown. You have no expectations. You go up, you crush, you get off. You're doing half the time.
Yeah. And then as a headliner, you're having fun?
I love it.
You do.
Also because, well, it took me even a couple years to even feel like a headliner because there's, and again, you learn a lot from being on the road and watching not only just the way you're conducting yourself on stage, but off stage, because, the first few years I was doing it, I didn't have the headliner confidence to make decisions on the show. Like if they put a host on who'd only been doing it 6 months and they have him do 15 minutes and he's garbage, I'd just be like, I don't want to ruffle feathers. Like, all right, like let that kid just do his thing. And then I got to a point where I was like, he's fucking the show up, and this is my show.
Yeah.
So I'd go to the club and be like, "You guys got to get a different host."
Whoa, I love it.
Or cut this kid to 5 minutes, and they would do that, and I didn't feel like a dick about it because I was like, "Oh, it's all about your intentions. I'm coming in at the right way." But but man, it's challenging. I mean, going from 30 to then like an hour is like a big jump, and I didn't realize it. So it was like, I'm trying to. It made me work harder and write more and trying to figure out a beginning, middle, and end.
Or don't work harder.
Or don't work harder.
That's what
and
I
just
do.
do the same jokes
Sometimes
all
I'll
the
do.
time. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do a set and like, how much time did I do? 28 minutes.
I remember in San Jose. We were opening for Bobby in San Jose. It was New Year's. I remember Nicole Parker was there too.
Yeah.
And for New Year's they brought down a big screen and they had Anderson Cooper and Kathy Griffin, and Bobby and Nicole and I basically like lip synced to, or they put it on mute and we just did their their commentary. And then but you got off stage on one of the shows. And they were like, the show's over, and the host goes back out, and everyone's like, hasn't even gotten their checks, and everyone's like, what happened? They're like, Bobby did 22 minutes.
Were you supposed to do an hour?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I think on that one too,
It
you
was
were
a
like,
rough
you
show.
told me you were like, do 45 or something.
Yeah, it was a rough show.
But I'm going back to DC, which I haven't been to since I went with
The
you.
DC Improv.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna
first
love
time
it, though.
headlining though, and I've been.
It's gonna be
it was
amazing.
8 years ago I went with them, and which was cool too because I didn't think it was one of the first weekends I went on with you, and I was like, I don't know if Bobby's gonna like. Is he just gonna sleep all day and like force me to take like boner pills, or is he gonna like? Are we gonna go see the sights? And remember, I dragged you out because you didn't want to.
Let me ask you something. When do I ever do that?
Oof,
Never.
Wow. Yeah.
He's got to really enjoy your company.
Okay. It was special.
Yeah,
That is
it was
special.
so special that I came out of my fucking hotel room.
Yeah.
To go see things I've seen in the movies,
And
like the monuments.
unless
I've
it
seen
involves
it.
really good food.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You introduced me to Maggiano's.
And with the Beppo.
That too.
With the Beppo. Yeah. So, book the Beppo.
Right.
No
the
edit.
Beppo.
No edit there.
No edit. Book with the.
Look how big the salad is.
Yeah. So, another thing that people don't know is that I was on a show called Mad TV for 8 years.
No one knows that.
Nobody knows that. But and they did the revival. They
Oh yeah.
right
The reboot.
the reboot of Mad TV, and I was so excited because they hired two of my friends.
Yeah.
You,
Mhm.
Adam Ray,
Yeah.
and the Indian guy.
Amir K.
I mean,
What's his name?
Amir K.
Yeah, love him.
Yeah.
Is he Indian?
Indian guy.
no.
Iranian.
Iranian,
Yeah.
whatever.
Iran.
But they hired Hugh and Amar. And-
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amir. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I was genuinely fucking excited because how weird is it that one of my openers is now on the new revival show of the show that I used to be on?
It's crazy.
It never happens.
Never.
It's like it's magic. I'm so sorry.
I know. Me too. What a bummer.
It was what a real bummer that
I thought
was.
it would have. I thought that would have just been. I mean, again, one of those things where you go, game changer.
A game changer,
Right.
right? And when I did it, though, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
It was like super fucking fun to do it. Remember that sketch that I did with you and Ike Barinholtz?
Yeah. And
Right.
Amir.
The
Where,
so-
yeah, it was
and
the-
Amir,
it was
yeah.
where it was the Ike's dressing room.
Yeah, and I was in the wall.
Yeah, you've been trapped in there.
I was
for,
trapped in there for 20 years. Right, right. Remember that one?
Yeah, they put you in great makeup.
Right.
and- yeah.
Here's another weird thing about that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that Ike's brother John.
Yeah.
Who, when I was on Matt TV with Ike, John was in high school.
Wow.
Okay, he was a kid, and he used to come visit, and I used to tease him and whatnot. Now, I'm doing your Matt TV
John's
with
writing.
Ike, and John wrote the sketch.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How crazy is
Wow.
that? Full circle.
You think about that stuff when you do it, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think about cyclical and magic and coincidence, and I take it all in.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. you know?
It was. I mean, yeah, it was unbelievable for me because then I also felt like, and the fact that you guys, you and I, and Will and Nicole came back and Mo Collins to like help because you're like, man, we are so unknown and like this will obviously help people watch.
Yeah, I mean, I did two, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember doing a blind kung fu with you, and then
unbelievable.
being in the, so I'm in the prosthetics, right, as the blind kung
Another
fu,
unbelievable character.
and I'm literally like doing my thing, and I'm looking down at Adam Ray, because you're playing the James Bond
guy,
character,
yeah.
and I'm just thinking how surreal it was.
Yeah.
That what the fuck? This guy used to open for me, and now we're doing like television
Yeah.
sketches.
I'm
and
being
shit.
tied down again, but this time it's not before I go on stage.
Yeah. And then it just went away.
It's cool to hear you had fun because it was fun, and I mean, you. It's tough to not have negative feelings about it because there were so many things I felt like that just weren't being done to give us a fair shot. Like, the CW. I mean, this first table read we had was like, I mean, again, one of these moments where you're like, oh man, like there's no way the show doesn't do at least 5 years, and that's so much screen time. And I've been doing sketch and just video, so much stuff to prep me for this moment that I feel like I'm just so ready for. I wasn't nervous. I was just so pumped to be like, man,
You were
I
really.
can't-
I'm gonna be real. You were so fucking good.
Oh, thanks.
No, you were. Amir.
They let me do a lot of different
Amir reminded me of me when I was on Mad, which is paranoid a little bit, unsure. That's why I felt like I was able to talk to Amir and go, yeah, dude, we're a comic and this is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not from sketch, so I was afraid to pitch. I thought my idea sucked. It was difficult.
Yeah.
But you seemed very like
I was going in every
confident.
day to pitch stuff, and if they were like, I don't know about that, I was like, well, then what about this? I just was like,
And then to
'cause
have
again, you
Kara
that-
Leifer as
man.
legends writing.
Yeah.
You had old guys, just Jim Wise and Guy and
Yeah.
all those guys back.
Yeah.
You got Scott a little bit for a
Yeah.
couple
Yeah,
of weeks.
It was cool, and the live audience taping was so cool. But it's just CW just clamped it down and put too many. This first table read we had so many edgy things that were in there that they were like fired up about, and I'm like, if they're gonna let us do this, I was like, this could be a real.
It should have gone to Netflix.
I know. And then they I think they were trying to go streaming out of the gate, and CW made such a hard push as like, and they had a thing with Warner Brothers already, so it was like an easy thing, but they didn't promote it. People didn't even know that it was on.
I know.
And I mean, I would get into it on emails with the woman who did the social media, and I'd be like, hey, you have to take a page out of SNL's book. In this day and age, if you don't have clips of everything the day after, we're already shooting ourselves in the foot. I was like, you guys
Yeah.
got. It took like I think 5 out of the 8 episodes for that first season for them to get a YouTube page up,
Oh
and I
my
was just
gosh.
like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So a show that you're not promoting, you're also not going out of your way to give them a way to find it, like. And so that was really frustrating. But then at some point,
mean,
you just go control what you can control, and don't let that take away from the creative part. So I was like, I gotta.
What Oliver and Jenna did for splitting up together was they did Ellen. They did huge things.
Yeah.
To promote the fuck out of it.
You have to.
need that push now. There's no way. There's a million things out
So
there.
much shit.
But you know what, dude? At the end of the day, still though, you got a glimpse of what it was.
Yeah.
And there was another one where we were doing that invention when we're pitching. What's that thing? That live? We did it live, me and Ike, and you were a
yeah.
part of the panel.
Oh, the Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. That
Yeah.
was
So
so fun.
Yeah.
Were you there?
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
taping.
You were at the taping,
were
right? That
there.
was
We're all
so
there.
fucking
yeah.
fun. Were
Yeah.
you there?
Yeah.
You were?
Everyone was there.
Oh, they were?
Yeah.
That was so fucking fun.
Yeah, we got to improvise a lot too with that too. That was just like,
Yeah, that was a magical
that
moment.
was another thing that was really great because it was like having a built-in super comfortable familiarity with you in those sketches. It was like I felt even more comfortable to like try to just do anything,
Yeah.
within reason, obviously. But like, and you and Ike were just so good. It was cool too to watch. You're like, oh man, you haven't done sketch in so long, but you guys just like
It
stepped
was
back in and
so
crushed
fucking fun, and I felt bad, but also good for you,
Yeah.
The last thing I'm going to talk to you about, and it's a very serious one, and I hate to end on a...
Are we already done?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we're not even close to being
Good.
done.
You just said the last thing I want to talk.
Yeah,
about.
before the questions.
Oh, great.
You're all jacked up on Red Bull? Is that what
Yeah, I'm sorry. We're already done. Yeah.
you know?
Maybe insert another.
No, don't tell me
the
what to
fart
do.
back in here, yeah.
No. There's no.
Look at him.
Oh, he's so cute.
I want a puppy so bad.
Oh,
This
well.
is torture.
Well,
He needs to be with another dog though,
Why?
because he's an orphan puppy, which is different than a puppy who's had siblings and
do
mothers. They
this
need
to me.
another dog.
they're looking for someone to adopt.
We need a... Yeah,
Fritter.
yeah,
He's very
Fritter.
trained. She's been training.
Do you
his
already have
name?
a dog?
No, I don't. I want one so bad.
I think Adam.
Just please tell me if he does like one of these. He's like, I'm a cat, bitch. Like then I'll be real pissed.
Look at him. He's a puppy.
He came up was nibbling on my leg.
I know.
What's his name?
Fritter.
Fritter.
Oh
You can rename him.
no, I love that name.
You like
Look at
Fritter?
his eyes. Wait,
I know,
is he-
he's
how
the
much bigger is he gonna get?
Probably no more than 20 pounds. I don't think.
Yeah.
What is he? What is that right now? Like 8 pounds?
He's at 5.
20 pounds. Okay, that's not too much bigger.
How about this? Why don't we do this, okay?
Oh my
We'll
god,
have
this
a
is torture.
we'll have a conversation.
I almost adopted a kid 3 months ago. By the way.
You did?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I'm not. Well, okay, but
Well, for what color was it?
black.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
real
very
light
good.
skin black,
Yeah.
but
I would go darker. I would. And also just bring him before I would do a trial run.
oh, he was.
Bring him to the track. You know what I mean?
Like
Put a basketball in his hand.
trial run.
Let's just see what he can do.
A kid audition.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna post that.
Yeah, and FYI, anyone listening, and you're going, oh my god, that was so racist.
I wasn't.
No, I'm just saying, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm done defending jokes.
No, I'm just gonna say what I think is funny. I'm done with that. I'm done with like in my head going,
Censoring.
yeah.
Head censors.
There's a lot of that going on in the world,
know.
and there are a lot of things that I say that we should censor, which we do. we do a lot.
Yeah.
She does it.
Oh, do you really?
Is there any today on this ship program? I don't think so.
No, I think I've been pretty fair about what I do censor. Though.
You have,
it's just
yeah.
to ensure that you keep a network job.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But
But this last thing was nothing.
No, you're.
that
Fine.
was nothing.
You're
Okay,
fine.
good. Thank you.
Also, if the president can be like, I moved on her like a bitch.
Yeah.
And then you can say whatever you want.
But
But he could
turns
actually.
out you can't.
You
still.
can't. Because let me
Yeah,
say something.
you're
He,
right.
for some reason, is able to all those trappings and things that normal people get in trouble for. He's able to just to do it, and no one seems to, especially on the right side of things,
Yeah.
seem to really fucking give a fuck. And it really is the most frustrating thing in the world. And I just want to. I know we're not a political show.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, okay? And I just need to get off my chest. I'm so sorry, okay? But Sarah Sanders getting thrown out of the Red Hen, right, which is that restaurant.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the gay couple wanting to get the cake are two completely different things.
Of course.
The gay guy wanting to get the cake from the Christian baker,
Yeah.
the gay guy has no choice about being gay. Okay? He was born that way. Give him the cake
What type of cake did he want?
for his wedding.
But like, was it like a dick-shaped cake? Or was it just like
No.
That's a real question,
two
bro.
That
dicks
is a
on a
very
cake?
good
Yeah.
question.
Was it two dicks? He's
I think it
like,
was just a regular
the groom
cake.
and the groom.
I think it's a regular cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Made out of cum.
Oh well. How's that gay?
How's that gay? That's just
That's not
normal.
gay.
That's just
Yeah,
normal.
it's just
Yeah.
delicious. Yeah. The texture and the protein. Anyway,
yeah.
sorry, babe.
No, they are. They're way different.
Yeah, they're
way
different.
different.
Because Sarah Sanders,
Yes.
right, being the voice piece for somebody like that is a choice.
Yes.
She chose to do that.
Yeah. No one's forcing her
Right.
to
So
spew all that
she
rhetoric.
deserves to get kicked out if she
I would
wants.
have killed her with kindness. That's not the route I would have taken. I would have given her a great meal on the house, and then as I give her the check, I would have written a note, just so just be the.
You think that would have done it? But I don't think she would have even read the note. Right?
She would.
She might not, she probably wouldn't read it.
It would have any effect on her. I think her heart is so.
No, on the check. I
cold.
mean, just on the check.
I
The
don't
check
think
that
she's reading that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I love your approach.
I mean,
That
how
is
long?
probably-
I mean, first of all, the check. Say, this is the check, right? You have that much space.
Yeah.
So what can you go?
You're doing a shit job, lady.
Yeah. Keep it
I think
short
that's
and sweet.
worse. I think that's worse.
Oh, so serve her the meal and then.
What I would do is serve her the
Slam
meal and go and give her a great meal, put it on the house, and go up to her and go, I just want to let you know what you're doing is just god awful.
And then she can't say anything bad about the food because she'll clearly have already finished it.
But
That's
you're
not a-
welcome. You're welcome here anytime.
But what you're doing is awful.
Yeah.
How do you sleep at night?
How do you sleep at night?
Bitch. Or
Yeah,
what do
no, you can't do that.
You can't do that. Okay.
Yeah, but you know what?
How do you sleep at night? And she goes, on a Lisa mattress. That's a pretty good Sarah Sanders.
Very
Right?
good callback. Very good callback as well.
Thank you.
But because I've seen a lot of these comparisons.
Yeah,
you know, it's just like
It's not
there's
even comparable.
it's not even comparable. But the one thing I wanted to talk to you about that
very
I find
serious.
disturbing
Yeah.
is that you've not even seen the Game of Thrones at all.
The what?
Game of Thrones.
Game.
Well, no, let me ask you. I'll be a real serious
That's
question. You don't like? Did you watch The Lord of the Rings?
I've seen 20 minutes of the first one. It was really
So you're not
high.
a fan
And I loved it. No, I loved it. I was so baked when I started, and I go. The last thing I remember is what's the big guy's name? The wizard. He's like
Gandalf.
Igor. Yeah, and he goes. I remember him just being really tall in a room, and somebody small being like, "These don't," and he was like, "You have the power," or,
Yeah.
or
that's good.
I remember something. That's a scene, right?
Yeah,
When he's real big.
it is.
I remember
Shire.
that being very high, and I remember at that point being like 20 minutes in, 40 minutes in, but I remember loving it, and then just being so high. I was like, I gotta go to bed. I'll finish this. And then look, 3.5 hours of a movie, like that's a commitment. And it's why I haven't seen a lot of great movies, because I just of that length, because I would rather be writing. I'd rather be, it's not like I don't want to see the movies. I do. At one point, I want to go see the Lord of the Rings back to back to back. I think that's how I'm going to do it when they release them in the theater, or just do that at home. But with Game of Thrones, same thing. That style seems very interesting to me, and I know the acting is great. And our D'Artagnan, was he one of the? Him and the dragon become like best friends, and they go on a journey to find the quest.
Yeah.
And they find the pebbles.
Who's
And
D'Artagnan?
D'Artagnan
Three
is the Three
Musketeers.
Musketeers.
oh shit, okay. So anyway, but
And then you just don't.
You're angering him.
Don't do that.
look, I want to.
No,
and
you
again,
know
I
what?
watched
No,
20
you
minutes.
know what?
I watched 20 minutes of the first episode,
Hey,
and again, I go.
Hey,
seems to pick
thick
up for
Jew.
me.
Hey, thick Jew.
Thick Jew.
You fucking piece of shit.
Oh.
You bear.
Oh,
No. Okay. What I'm saying to you right
what
now
am I
is
missing out on?
maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea. You know what? When you just framed it in that way that you just don't like entertainment, then
No, that's not it. I don't have.
No,
the-
you don't
I
like
need-
entertainment.
I need to. I mean, I saw Shanghai Nights twice in the theater.
that's fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
The worst
Wait,
one.
you're never gonna get that time back.
I don't want it back. I'm glad that I gave it up to Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson.
Right. What I'm saying to you is this, and is that I believe that number one, it's a cultural phenomenon.
Right.
Everyone in the room, thin lips. You agree?
Is it
Thank
natural
you.
though for me to get a little turned off at something that gets so popularized that and I am by no means somebody that's just like I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull a Fergie and sing a weird national anthem.
Yeah, but when when I was a
Sexy national anthem.
yeah, you're right. It was.
in
It got a little
in the late
Popeyes towards the end.
70s, In the
But there
late
is-
70s,
yeah.
late 70s, I was what 10,
Okay.
9,
Great.
and I was in school,
Yeah.
elementary school, whatever. And the kids were talking about this new movie called Star Wars. They had booklets. Everyone had it.
That's the one with Harrison Ford, right? I'm kidding. I've seen all those.
I know you have.
I love Yoda.
I know you
I
did.
do. You know why I love Yoda?
Yeah.
Guess who voiced Yoda? Frank Oz, and I was a huge Muppet fan.
Whoa,
And
that's
Frank
good.
Oz is
That's
the fucking
good.
man.
Trivia.
Whoa, that's
Frank
good.
Oz voiced Yoda and Fozzie Bear.
Yeah.
Where's his Oscar?
I know.
Anyway,
But what I'm saying is that you know, I was not, instead of going, you know what, everyone's, you know, watching the Star Wars thing, fuck it. I'm not gonna get involved.
yeah.
Right? No, I was like, I went to my parents. I go, everyone seeing it? Can I see it?
Yeah.
My dad was like, oh, what is it? I go, it's Star Wars. Oh, no. You don't
No.
see.
Why?
And then my mom on the side goes, okay, I take you.
Oh,
So I remember my mom taking us to see Star Wars.
that's so cool.
and being just completely
Blown away.
getting it, going, wow, this is why everyone's talking about it. I'd never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So,
my God.
no, it's the creak of the table.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was
But-
the original voice for Yoda. But they were like, maybe we should get Frank Oz.
Yeah. But so I feel like,
Well, I think I
The
let
Game
too
of
much
Thrones is like
time.
that.
I let too much time go by.
no, that's what a lot of people's excuses too.
It is, but it's the
Yeah.
real reason.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I missed the boat to. Because now, look, if I go watch the entire
I
10
honestly-
seasons and then come back to you and I go, hey, let's hang out, or like let's do a podcast where you interview me about the show or whatever it is, you're gonna be like, I don't give a shit, man, because that already happened.
Oh no, I
So-
fully give a shit about season 1.
Oh, really?
The events
Yeah.
still are very
Vivid, yeah.
pertinent to the storyline of the last season.
Because I don't want to just watch it and then just not have anybody to talk to about it. You know.
Can I just say something?
So I guess
Do you see?
should I
do you-
find a group?
Am I a person? Is Bobby Lee a person that when he says something, he doesn't mean it? I think I am. When I say something, I mean it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something to you, and I completely mean it.
Oh no.
Yeah, and this is the fact, okay? Is if you don't, I'm not going to talk to you.
I get that. If I don't.
No, I'm being real.
Yeah.
I won't even, if at a club, if I see you at a club, if you haven't seen 2 seasons of the show,
Bye.
no, I won't talk to you until you do.
Oh, of Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you meant like any
I am,
show. I was like, do I have to go back
and
and
everyone
rewatch
listening to
Designing Women?
TigerBelly fans right now,
Yeah.
I am going to commit to this deal.
I love it.
All right. I can go, have you seen it? And you go, no, I haven't seen it yet. Then that's going to be the end of the conversation.
Great.
And I'll walk away.
Okay.
All right.
And what if I have seen it?
Then you can go, I saw the first 2 episodes.
But then are you going to ask me questions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, great.
A lot.
Okay, cool. So I like that because that means we can have some parking lot hangouts.
Yeah. So, that's what you're going to do.
Great.
All right.
Very excited. Now, can I be high?
The problem with that
There's
is
so
that
much
there's so
information.
much
It's a
going
lot. It's a
on.
lot.
Yeah.
My sister watched the Battle of the Bastards extremely high, and she says it was not a good experience for her.
Really?
She says it became terrifying when it wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
There's a lot of characters I feel like that might be overwhelming to track if I am not sober, right? Like there's every episode, is there a new dragon coming in? There's a new
Okay,
there's
I
a new-
don't even like your tone right now.
I'm being
You're being
serious.
condescending.
I heard the dragon is one of the coolest parts of the show, is it not?
Yeah, but that's later.
Here's what I remember
You're
in
not
the
gonna
first
see no
episode.
fucking dragon's dog in the beginning, fucker.
Here's what I want. I remember in the first episode that I watched almost all of, a guy with long hair cut somebody's head off, and then there was a girl, and she walked in, and they showed her from the back and her butt cheeks, and she got into a bath, and then the guy, and I was like, okay, all right, now what? This is a good segue. What happens after this? Do they show her take the whole bath? Does the guy who cut the head off come back in with the head and go boo as she's in the bath? You know.
Yeah. So
But I don't remember after that.
whatever your antics are. I like that shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
Does it say mahalo?
Yeah.
We're going to Hawaii next Wednesday.
Oh man, I could have probably stayed there to live there for a little bit after this last trip.
How many times have you been there? Did you go with Adam Devine?
Yeah, to do a show, but I stayed after my girlfriend.
Did you go with Adam Devine?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're fancy and dumb. What are we at time?
We're over an hour.
But you know what? I went before that with my dad because he used to live on the Marshall Islands in Kwajalein
Anyway,
and Midway. Okay, just some interesting stuff about me. I was trying to.
Want it?
So at the end of our thing,
Yeah.
all right, we do this thing called unhelpful advice.
Great.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Khalyla, and Adam Ray.
Hey guys, my name is Ali, and I've lived in Iran my whole life. I'm 19 years old, and I still get my ass kicked by my father. But there's nothing I can do about it because everyone supports what he does and is actually considered normal. So if I actually do anything, my whole family and friends will turn against me. What kind of advice can you give me?
Number one, you have to break the cycle. That's number one. Number two, it's cultural. Take the beatings.
Well, it's unhelpful advice, so it could be good. It could be bad.
Let me say this. All the beatings I got, my dad loved to play golf. Do you know that?
No.
You know what his favorite golf course is?
Bobby's back.
Torrey
Yes,
Pines.
my body.
Oh.
He beat you with his clubs?
Yes.
That's what I was going. That's what I was going for.
Serious?
Yeah. And he used to even go, Fordu. yeah.
Extra Asian.
Yeah, Fordu. And then like hit me as hard as he could with a fucking. And I took those beatings.
Wow.
And you know what happened? I got angry,
Yeah.
resentful, and that's where I learned the word rage. Not from him, within my heart. But I used that rage to motivate me to get out of the situation.
Okay, so.
Take the beatings.
But at 19, do you still take the beatings?
He's 19?
He's
Yeah.
19.
Move!
Yeah.
Run away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, does this guy
culturally,
have
it's
legs?
very common to just stay in a household with all your family members for a long time.
What ethnicity is he again?
He's from Iran.
Iran.
Man, yeah. Well, how big is this Iranian father? Aren't they
He didn't list it.
typically pretty? They're like
Yes.
5'9".
Pretty husky
Square
guys.
up.
Yeah,
Husky
it's
Yeah.
guys.
pretty, dude. But culturally, there, it's like
They don't fight back.
you
do they?
can't. If you fought back,
You get banned from the family.
I don't know
They're like,
because
"We're
I'm
cutting
not
you off the
from there.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Also, what's he beating you up for? Like, what
Great
kind
question.
Yeah.
Of, like, are the other kids getting beat up, or does he, or are you?
I'm
doing
dealing
some-
heroin out of the
Yeah.
house. That's one thing.
Yeah, that's worth a beating.
Right, but if it's like,
I didn't high five you when you left for work.
yeah, that's another thing.
Beating.
Yeah.
And is everybody else in your family getting beat up too? Because then it's you feel less alone, I guess, when your mom comes through with a bloody mouth. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm not
you
the
get
only
hit?
one.
Did you get hit?
I got the belt a few times, but also my dad left when I was 9. So
In your face.
thanks for bringing that up.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, so but my mom. No, I think I the belt a few times. I think I got spanked by my mom for sure.
Wait, so your dad left?
Yeah,
At how old were you?
9.
Is he back in your life?
Yeah, I mean he got remarried, so he was messing around on my mom with a woman he's now married to, and then they had a couple kids, and that's that.
Where do they live?
He lives in Salem now, and she just moved down.
Massachusetts?
No, Oregon.
Oh.
And my mom is remarried up in Seattle still, and my half brothers live in Washington. And
But are you close with your dad or no?
yeah, I mean, I think my sister was 11, and she was a lot more aware of what was happening. Like she remembers him walking out on her birthday, like
Oh
being the
my
day that he
God.
pieced out, like officially. So, and I think I took this approach because I saw. And then my sister ended up being kind of like going through some rough patches and getting sent away to a all-girls school because she stole my mom's van and was driving to Arizona with her boyfriend at the time. She stole all my clothes and stuff. And I, as a result, was just like, I'm going to just try to be as good as I can for my mom not because I probably really wanted to, but as default. I was like, I'm seeing what it's doing to my mom. I need to do the flip side and try to not have my mom have 2 crazy kids. So I'm going to try to do good in school and do all
You
this
did what
stuff.
my brother
and-
did.
Yeah. And so my sister has a lot more resentment towards my dad. And then I was just like, I'd rather have a relationship with him than not. So in college, high school was a little weird because he was gone, in those islands I was talking about. And then in Arizona, Midway, yeah.
Midway.
And then and then when I was in college, he had a real rough patch. And so I just was like, well, I'll pick up when he talks, and we talk sports and talk other comedy and this and that. And he was having a rough time. So I was like, I'll be there for him, and I just didn't know any different, And so now, yeah, I mean, I just had to help him out like financially a lot too.
You
and
did?
yeah. But so now, but luckily, voiceover stuff is going okay. But I mean, I would, fuck man, I could have a cool podcast studio like this if I didn't give him so much fucking cash. But
You still pay?
just stopped, and now working it out to try to get some funds back. But also
Yeah.
you help out with the intention of knowing like you're probably not going to get anything back.
Well, I mean, you know,
but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Well, actually, I would on a Lisa mattress, but I wouldn't, knowing that I was single-handedly the only one that was in his world to help and didn't help. I mean, give me a break. He's 72, 73.
Yeah,
like,
I help my parents.
yeah. You just
All the things that my dad did, I still help.
Yeah.
Because you have to. It's like,
you don't have to,
well,
but you kind of. I don't know.
I think you do.
Yeah.
I think you do. I think that
What if my dad, when what if I didn't help him and he just goes, and he's on his dad's bed and he goes, you don't have to help me, but just please watch Game of Thrones. But yeah, you have to help.
you're making a mockery of it.
No, I'm going to see it. I'm going to watch 2 seasons.
You
But
have
anyway, my whole family, I mean, dude, there's some bonker shit I could tell you. But also, I've never been that open about a lot of that stuff. I mean, on stage, because I still...
Name me one bonker.
Name
me one bonker.
bonker.
Is that a spin-off podcast?
Yeah.
Where people...
Name me a bonker.
Oh, boy. All right.
It's got to be bonker, though.
Better be bonker.
If it's like, oh, that's not bonker, I'm not going to get angry.
Well, I've got a funny bonker that's like, my brother-in-law is a rapper and he's white and he's not Eminem.
But is he big?
I mean, he's in the local Seattle scene. He's
That's not bonker.
The local.
That's not bonker, dude. Give me
But he'll post
bonker
things,
is like,
on Instagram. He'll post things on Instagram like looking for pussy to change my life, not the smell of my house.
Oh.
Hashtag thought for the day. And I'm like,
oh, that's
talking about my
bonker.
sister?
Oh, really?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
It's the father of my nieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bonker is like my uncle used to stick firecrackers in his ass, and now he has no ass cheeks or something like that.
That's so bonker.
I mean, look, there's some... Look, my...
Give me bonker, dude. Bonker it out.
Oh, boy.
Let's all give a bonkers family
Yeah.
story.
All right, my... oh, boy. I mean, there's some stuff about, like, my stepbrother right now has had some bonker shit, and I feel like...
No, you.
I
Give me
can't-
what happened to you. Bonker.
What happened to me?
Yeah.
I mean, my bonker stuff was being, real big fat kid and teased a lot.
Oh,
and-
that's why
and
you were
getting-
fat.
And I don't want to say like suicidal, but like pretty cool.
You're gonna give me the definition of bonker.
That's bonkers, isn't it?
No.
It could be. What kind of bonk? What is
I
your
don't know. I put a
definition?
Pop-Tart on my ass. What do you want me to say? Like,
That's what he wants.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
That's what I want.
I wasn't molested. Is that what you're trying to?
No.
No one's molesting a fat kid.
Bumper sticker.
That's good. No one's molesting a fat kid.
Yeah. So I think I was doing myself a favor.
Did that hurt you? That you
Thank
weren't-
you, Handy Snacks.
Did you get hurt? You hurt because you weren't molested?
I love how I thought for a minute to answer that.
Did I?
I mean, you think because I was, and can I just say it in retrospect, I was cute.
yeah.
Were you molested?
No.
Yeah, you weren't.
I was fat.
Yeah, you're fat.
I was fat,
That's
yeah.
right. Fat kids don't get molested.
Trademark
They
that.
get diabetes.
True.
Right?
The
Science
other
alert.
form of molestation. Yeah.
All right. Well, so this Iranian kid.
Yeah, I think he's got to move.
You gotta
If He's
move.
19. You got to
Yeah.
take.
You got to
take
move out of the
control.
country.
Yeah.
Move out of the country.
Move out of the country.
Come to America.
Yeah. Where the beatings are,
Moderate.
Do you have any?
Moderate.
Do you have anything to promote?
Yeah, that She-Ra show is going to hit Netflix in the fall, and American Vandal. I'm on the 2nd season of that. I play one of the
nice.
cops at the high school.
Oh, cool,
So
man.
it's going to be pretty cool.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
Who cast that? Eddie, I'm kidding.
I don't remember.
What else?
My podcast about last night with Brad Williams.
That's a great podcast.
Thank
I
you.
did it.
You did. You
Yeah,
cried.
that
It was
was
one of
so
our highest
fun.
episodes. I told you that.
So fun.
Yeah.
But the other stars get bigger numbers, right?
Not necessarily.
Exactly.
You, Bert Kreischer, Melissa, and Sandra in the last year, biggest ones.
McCarthy?
Yep.
Bert Kreischer?
Yep.
Feels good.
What if I was like, no, Melissa Joan Hart? Also a good get, though. Clarissa Explains It All.
Yep.
I would love her to on my podcast about last night. Get it on iTunes.
Yeah.
What else?
Do you remember Terry Garr?
Yeah.
She has MS.
Yeah, I know. We watched all of her old stuff the other day.
Yeah. Have you seen photos of her lately?
No.
It's so sad. Don't get if you're listening right now, do not get MS.
That's not a choice.
Oh,
And
it's
then
not.
also-
It's not a disease you get.
No,
Oh, like
it's
AIDS.
multiple sclerosis, and
Wear
a
a
lot
condom.
of
Don't get-
people.
Don't get MS. Wear a
That's not how it works.
All right. Anyway, give Adam Ray a round of applause.
My stand-up tour dates on AdamRayComedy.com.
Yeah,
Yes.
AdamRayComedy.com.
I'm touring all over the country.
Touring all the country.
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Adam Ray was wonderful.
He has a really good voice, huh?
Oh, so
Imagine
good.
just being born with a voice like that. Like, you must always feel like a winner.
Fancy. He's
Like,
a fancy fuck.
Yeah, he has a trailer voice. You know the voice they use, like
Yeah.
when
One
Mary was 12. That stuff.
That was pretty good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thanks.
You got really embarrassed.
Appreciate the support,
Thanks,
guys.
One world. Khalyla Kuhn sweats all over the world.
Oh God, I can't stop sweating, you guys. It's getting worse and worse.
Well, if your sweats, just don't let it be wasted. Catch it in something.
I suggest you use our latest Tiger. Gunnar, get off of there. It's okay. It's okay. You can leave him here. You can leave him up there. Here, I'm just going to raise this a little bit higher. You guys, we have new merch that's going to be available Monday at 10 a.m. And we're not going to botch it. We're not going to fuck it up this time.
On the dot.
The site's going to go live 10 a.m. on Monday. What's the date?
The June 2nd.
June 2nd. And available will be this beautiful cup that says TigerBelly, Los Angeles. And on the bottom, it has a cute little inside thing that says Nosotros Papaya.
It's a secret message only for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And this merch run is our black on black sale. So we have the black matte mug, and we got these 2 black tees. Our newest shirt is, I don't know
What do we
we're
call
calling
this one?
Supreme Leader. What do you got? 80s Trio. What do you
That's
call it?
80s Trio, right?
That's the 80s Trio with Supreme Leader Bobby.
Could you see that behind the cat?
You got it.
Sound very enthused.
And then we're
Jason.
we're announcing right now on air, we're bringing back a limited
Whoa.
run of the OG Slep King t-shirt.
Don't sleep on this one.
God, George. Don't sleep on this one. So, guys, check out those shirts on Monday. Limited amounts for both t-shirts and limited amount for the mugs. And there will still be also a limited amount of Sticker Pack 1. So make sure you go buy and support and rep us strong.
Our energy is low. We need
Yeah.
to make it sound more enthusiastic. You guys.
Hey, guys, we got merch coming on June 2nd. Khalyla, take it away.
It's going to be gone on 10:05, so get there at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or else you'll miss out.
Yes.
I would set your alarms. I would do everything necessary to grab, especially the Slept King one, because this one sold out very fast the last time.
Yeah.
And we are not going to be reprinting this. This is a one-time deal.
And also the 80s Trio. Buy that fast as well, too, because that's
definitely.
also...
Buy everything.
Buy
They're one of
everything.
the-
Because we may not reprint it for a long time, or we may not
For a
reprint it
really
ever.
long
80s
time.
Trios is specifically 2018.
Yeah.
For sure. So get that as well.
We're very good.
Okay, June 2nd. We're really good at selling merch.
Yeah.
What else is up?
Energy.
How do you feel, Khalyla? Your beautiful niece, my favorite one.
My only. Oh wait, no.
You have 2. Wow.
Oh.
You hear that,
No,
Isa?
I mean she was here alone, is what I'm saying,
Yeah.
because her family had left. My niece from the Philippines, she stayed here with me for 3 months, and it's a pity Bobby and I didn't talk about it today because we are devastated that she's left.
Aw.
She left yesterday, and it really brought us closer together.
Yeah.
It felt like we were parenting a teenager.
Sure.
Granted, she is very
Mature.
a very behaved teenager, so maybe that made it a positive experience. I wonder. I'm curious to see. Jesus fucking Christ, Gobi! Come here.
Okay. It was an emotional experience when she left yesterday at LAX International.
Yeah.
Or Burbank. No, LAX.
Here's Gobi. Gobi's gonna relax now. Yeah, it was just nice having her. And I think to myself, like, would I be a good parent to a teenager? Like, what if she was a shitty teen? I wonder if I'd be able to deal with her. Probably not.
I think so. I think you probably do better with teen in any of the life stages. Probably best at teen. That's your
Yeah.
wheelhouse. That's your wheelhouse.
I don't think that 10-year-olds are my thing.
No. You need high school because that's already about to go 18. I feel like you have a lot of wisdom in that transitional period.
Yeah,
Hashtag Vegas.
I might have given her really wrong advice though.
Like
Yeah,
what?
I think I walked in one time and you were just, what was something about sex? I forgot what it was.
I basically told her that, you live in a country where everything, they shame you for everything, especially your sexuality and especially if you're a girl. And what I was telling her is I don't care what you do with your vagina, as long as you don't walk away feeling ashamed, feeling bad, getting an STD, or pregnant. Those are my 4 rules. Whatever else, if you want to enjoy and explore your sexuality, by all means do. Just abide by those 4 rules.
Yeah.
Don't get sick, don't get pregnant, and enjoy yourself. If you're putting yourself in situations where you're walking away feeling like shit, it probably wasn't the situation to have gotten into. And she'll figure that out on her own.
Yeah, the journey.
But yeah, we're really sad. And on many occasions, Bobby like sat her down and was like, "Can I legally adopt you?"
I heard him saying that when I walked in.
Yeah, he loves her so much. She's such a great girl. So shout out to Jules. We missed you.
We miss you, Jules. And if you don't know who Jules is, you'll see her. Follow our IG because she's modeling some of the TigerBelly
yeah,
clothes,
she
and
is.
she's so pretty.
Oh, come here.
So pretty. Is there any? Was there tears at LAX?
Hey.
Did everyone hold their composure pretty well?
No tears.
Tears. Damn.
Gobi, my fucking God, cut this out.
No, we're keeping it in. This is real life.
No, because the puppy is growling and shit. I don't want to like put it out there that he's a bad puppy.
Okay, well not when you say that. Jeez, Khalyla, can you stop?
See, look, he's giving kisses now. Now we can resume.
Okay.
Gobi, my
Gobi.
God, stop it. Put the puppy down.
Anyways, are there any reverse shout-outs you want to make to your peoples?
No, absolutely none.
Absolutely none. George?
Shout out to Argentina for finally actually winning and getting through to the round of 16.
Good job, Messi.
Somebody said that in the last, was it like 5 years of internationals, Messi has only scored 5 goals, and in the last like 60 minutes of playing, Harry Kane has scored 5 goals, or some shit like that.
You know, there's different teams surrounding each player, so
I know, but Argentina is you guys. Don't you have Di Maria?
yeah.
Do you have
The
players?
Strikers in the world.
Yeah.
No, there's just no defense. There's no back.
Yeah, who plays defense?
That's true. Fuck Argentina. Go Mexico.
Portugal.
Aw, come on.
I'm not gonna go.
Why? Is it because I like Ronaldo? Who cares?
Yeah, but you
He
gotta
looks
go
like
for
he's
the
had plastic
underdog.
surgery.
And I
He looks
like
awful.
it. Yum, 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 yum.
You just like his eyebrows.
I know.
You
I
know
want
what's so
them like
weird?
that.
I'm sure that I am the minority for sure here, but I don't find him attractive.
I don't
Oh,
either.
he looks grotesque now.
No, I mean
I
even
think-
in his, he's a handsome man. Of course, you're like, okay, I get, but there's nothing about him that makes my inguinal region, fire up.
I just like greatness. So
Of course,
that's me. And my ovaries are fine.
your ovaries are intact. Gilbert's ovaries are intact.
They're okay, everyone.
But come on, guys, Mexico all the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're wearing a fucking Argentina.
I'm all for okay.
Kid.
Most of the way. Well, Argentina, they're
kid,
not
yeah,
doing
good
that well
one.
this year. We'll see.
Okay, well, let's go Mexico. Beat Sweden. It's gonna be.
Are you
hard.
wearing a Mexico kit? Let's
Me?
yeah.
She speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Basically.
Live in LA.
She's basically a Mexican.
Dude, I was an honorary Mexican from the time I was like 15 years old. Do you know how many quinceañeras I've been to? 67.
That's almost okay. First of all, that's the most ridiculous number anyone could ever say.
Seriously, the third
5
guy,
max.
the third guy I ever made out with in the United States was like my friend's older uncle at a quinceañera. I was underage.
What?
He was probably like 35,
Whoa, whoa.
and he was so hot.
Hey,
I
hey.
swear to God.
Go see a therapist.
No, but I mean, it's just.
Okay, we trust you. 67 quinceañeras. You are
right.
right.
That's good. Hey everyone. There's some info from Khalyla's past again. Very storied past you have.
I have.
I know. So
You
if
guys
you're-
don't even know the name of the first guy I ever made out with in America.
Chico,
Chico. No.
Henry,
No. Why would I make out with a guy named Henry?
Marcelos.
No.
That's probably closer though.
Nah. No, it was a guy named Jerome. I'll talk about it on a
Germ,
different.
short for
No, Jerome.
germ. Let's go
He
with
was the
germ.
only guy willing to make out with like fucking. I was like a meat grinder. I had braces and a bull cut.
Well, yeah. Okay.
He was nice enough. It was a charitable makeout sesh.
Storied
think.
past with Khalyla Kuhn. All right, guys, make sure you follow us on TigerBelly on Instagram, at TigerBelly on Twitter, at the TigerBelly. Email us any questions at thetigerbelly@gmail.com. George, where can we follow you?
Did you George _Kimlet on Instagram?
And Khalyla, where can we follow
At
you?
Calamity K.
And hey, Bryce, he's not here, but are we still doing? Are we still trying to get more
No,
followers
we're
for
not.
Bryce?
We're not.
Oh, we are.
To beat
You
George.
guys, if you
He's
follow
abandoning
George
us for a
Kimmel,
month and a half, and you're trying to get followers.
if you already follow George
Abandoner.
Kimmel, definitely unfollow. Instead, you should follow Bryce Halleck.
Did you want to see pictures of the tiniest fish in the world?
I like fish, and don't you make fun of his bait fish like that.
It's called species fishing
Oh.
or microfishing.
Ooh.
And you know what? He has a point to all this. I think that the world focuses too much on eating the four seafood, and we're depleting the ocean in a really bad way.
And he focuses on catching the tiniest fish possible and
Yeah, which
releasing
is
them
more
again.
sustainable.
But yeah,
so
it's
good
more
job,
sustainable 'cause he
Bryce. So
doesn't
unfollow
eat them.
George Kimmel
He's
and
a
follow Bryce
vegetarian.
Halleck.
Well, the battle continues, so stay tuned with TigerBelly. Hey, Thin Lips, where can we follow you?
At
ELX.
Thank you for saying it.
JNELX, if you didn't catch that from off.
And then all Bobby's tour dates on
Oh,
BobbyLeeLive.com.
you guys,
Oh,
Bobby will be in San Antonio this weekend. So
Will you
go
be
buy
there?
tickets. I will not be there because I have 6 animals to take care of,
Okay.
including one puppy who is still very available. And you can go to Mayday Rescue to adopt Fritter.
MAEDAY.
Thanks, George.
Thanks, man. Maybe.
That was actually a good thing because Mayday is usually
Yeah.
spelled. Yeah, it's MAEDAY. Thank you.
And shout out to our sponsors. For your 3 free meals, go to blueapron.com/belly. And thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Get a trial month for $5 at forhims.com/belly. I think it's like $50. So it actually is a legit deal. I'm actually going to do it. And I mean, I already did do it. Don't miss your summer mattress savings. For $160 off, go to lisa.com/belly. Bye, guys.
Shukuluki Mookie